Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vortex Racing Network's production of Monday Night Mayhem. The Moonlight Racing League is in season number 5, and we're in the round of 12. It's elimination time, as this Homestead Miami race is a cutoff race for the round of 12. Only one driver is safe, Joe Volpus, after winning that first race in Texas, but everybody else has got their neck on the chopping block. Too wide in the booth, Mean Gene Money, Zach Panzarella. Zach, what do you think? Can you see the track through the fog?
I know, as if Homestead was not difficult enough. Here we are with just so much fog. I wonder how much that's going to affect those drivers, but I don't really know if you could choose a better track for a cutoff race. Me and Gene, this place is awesome. It really separates the men from the boys. This is such a difficult racetrack, and you have to do so much tire management. This is going to be a good one here today.
Last year, this track was part of the playoff format. It was the first race in the round of 12, and it was a Mo-Power display of power, as we saw Colin Bollinger take the win, Sean Walton finish second, Andrew Bolander finish third. So team delusional, Mo-Power, whatever you want to call them. One thing you can say is they are dominant here at Homestead, but they're going to have some challengers tonight. Tony Iverson won that stage at Homestead last year and led the most laps. Jordan Fisher's back as well. Jordan winning last week stole that chance for any of the playoff drivers to punch their way in. Can he do it again? Playoff pictures, though, that is really tight. Look up there. You can see that number 8 cutoff line high between Applegate, Bolander. I'm very surprised to see Andrew close to that line, considering he was the points leader briefly at the beginning of the year, Zach.
Yeah, that is crazy, but it just goes to show what the parity is like here in this league. If you have a couple bad weeks, you can find yourself just scratching and clawing to stay in these playoffs. So that's going to be interesting to see what Bolander can do today. And then Grant Applegate coming into this league a little bit late and still trying to make up for that. He wanted to win in one of those first 2 races, was not able to get it done. And we'll see where he ends up in qualifying, getting ready to wrap that up, Mean Gene.
Can't wait to see Applegate's speed here at Homestead. Another guy that might have a little bit of sadness in his eye could be Tony Iverson. Last week, Tony, 5th place, logged out at the start-finish line and went from 5th to 10th. We'll see if that can cost him. Here we go. The qualifying is done. Look up on the top of the board. It's Alex Hillman. Look at that.
Look at
the
that.
DDI driver with his first pole of the season. Congratulations to Alex. Alex knee-deep in our best of the rest tournaments, so needing that win with only 28 points at the bottom of those 5 drivers. Joining him on the front row, Jordan Fisher. The Fisherman is back up on that front row. Second row, Grant Applegate will fire off from the 3rd position. And speaking of you need to win to advance, Michael Mata, 12th in points for playoff drivers. Missed Nashville, gotta win here today. Colin Bollinger gonna start in 5th with his teammate Sean Walton next to him, firing off in the 6th place. In 7th, gonna be Kevin Kyle. Kyle, another playoff driver, needing a big day here today. Justin Parham gonna be starting in 8th place. Steve Lewis gonna be firing off from the 9th position. Tony Iverson starting 10th here. That's a mean top 10, Zach.
Yeah, that really is. That's going to be so tight up front earlier in this race. 11th place will be Eric Thornton. He's going to need a good run here today. Same with Matt Novella. He's been so consistent. Can he keep it up? He'll be starting in 12th. Joseph Volpus has nothing to worry about. He's the only driver who's won in this round. He has nothing he has to worry about besides getting himself another trophy. He'll start 13th. Eric Gamble will start in 14th place. He'll be doing double duty. He has just finished up running the DRL ARCA series. Jose Medina will be in 15th. Brandon Guerin in, John Beverly in 16th. Brandon Guerin in 17th, and Dalton Geyer, fresh off a birthday, turning 30 years old, did not put in time, and he'll be starting in 18th. And we have 2 more cars left in this field, and that is going to be Kenneth Renger in 19th and Hunter Hall in 20th. And that means there's only one thing left to do, Mean Gene.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, look, making it happen here today. Elimination time. Going to be fascinating to see what drivers are going to leave here with the sad face on. The 4 drivers really needing a win or a little bit of help. Dalton Geyer, Jack Sanders, Jose Medina, and Michael Mata. Mata has to win to have any chance. Meanwhile, a Medina, a Sanders, or even a Dalton Geyer gonna need a lot of help. They're gonna need to see Applegate or Bolander crash immediately. But other than that, gonna need to see a win out of those drivers, in my opinion.
And then Alex Hillman, he has wrecked on the first lap the past 2 races, and now here he is in the pole. Oh, wow. What conjunction do we get?
Green flag.
Not going to happen. And we're underway here at Homestead. Alex Hillman, he is your leader, battling with Jordan Fisher up front. Hillman on the inside. Fisher going to try to make the outside work. He's in the blue, number 39, Hillman.
Fisher's loose.
Fisher getting loose up top.
Oh!
Only 18-degree banking. Is that Novella?
That was Walton. Walton
yellow
is
flag is
around the
out.
end of the wall. Yellow is out, me and Gene.
Oh, 6-7.
Oh, so
Not a problem.
Oh, 6-7. So let's take a look at that, and we're gonna start with. I think it looked like it started with Jordan Fisher. So let's start here with Fisher and see what happened. So here we go, getting ready to go green, and it just goes to show how treacherous this track is going to be here today, me and Gene. So keep your eye on that 39 on the outside right there of Jordan Fisher. And he's going to get ultra loose through here. And look at that little wiggle. Able to gather it up, but big checkups behind him. And now back to Sean Walton. Sean Walton just really nowhere to go, me and Gene.
All right, that looked like a light tap, though.
Not too bad. Front end doesn't look great, but it looks like fixable damage. We'll have to see.
Yeah, remember,
Oh.
no fast repairs here. I think he was just slick accelerating there on those still cold tires. So no fast repairs here today, of course. And there will be a stage points awarded, but no caution will be thrown at that point. It'll be around lap number, 135. Let's do math.
Oh gosh, okay. Calculator is out because I'm not going to
68.
try. Wow, did you just do that yourself? It is lap,
Yep.
well, yeah, either lap 67 or 68. I don't know how they're going to do that. As you see a few takers already in pit lane.
6-7.
Oh, 6-7. It probably is 6-7.
It's gotta be 6-7. I mean, why would it not be?
Speaking of, here he comes back in to get some damage fixed, along with a lot of cars getting that gas.
Well, you know, another thing I wanted to talk about, watching the practice here today, fastest lap in practice was the commissioner, John Beverly.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm not sure if he did a little wall bang to see if it was possible or if he just put that thing down. He was 0.9 of a second slower in his qualifying lap than he was on that practice lap. So gonna be curious to see how that unfolds.
I completely agree. That's going to be really interesting. Homestead, not normally a
But he
track
is,
where you see that much parity, too.
No, and he is one of the best of the rest drivers. As far as the best of the rest goes, we're looking at 5 drivers. Hunter Hall right now with 40 points. We're only counting the playoff races. Behind him, Steve Lewis with 39, Sean Beverly with 38. So those 3 guys, all within a point of each other. Going to keep an eye on Hall, Lewis, and Beverly. Eric Gambrell, also part of that, only has 28 points, but he did that all in one race. Remember, he missed Texas, so he did. He got 9th at Nashville. We'll see if he could double that output. That would suddenly put him right in the middle of this thing.
It's a good-looking Budweiser car he's got today, too, in that red chrome. Saw Dalton Geyer get quite a few spots to start that race. Let's see. I don't think he brought it down. He did not, so Dalton, first one not to pit, all the way up to 12th. He started in dead last place, so that's great for Geyer right there. Another birthday present for him. And then Alex Hillman has done the impossible. It's lap 4, and he's still out here.
Yes, he's already broken his streak of the last 2 races. You know, all jokes aside, Hillman, we've seen a lot of speed out of this guy. I think we've seen him win on a road course before. So this is a guy that's got a lot of speed, and he just needs the opportunity to put it together there toward the end. So we'll just take this thing a stage at a time and find out exactly how far they can push the car. 135 laps scheduled here today. This, of course, elimination in the round of 12. You're watching Monday Night Mayhem live on the Vortex Racing Network. Mean Gene Money, Zach Panzarella about to go green here on lap number 4. Away we go. Hillman with a great start at Grant Applegate on the outside, tries to keep it tight. Hillman fades up into that preferred lane. Hillman, Applegate, Colin Bollinger hugging the apron in the 53 Dr. Pepper. And look how high Michael Mata's got that number 16 Ford. He's already riding the rails.
We got a wreck in the back. It's like Eric Gambrill might be around. I'm almost positive we'll get a caution. We're still green. Gambrill looks like he might be parking it for the night. Hunter Hall involved as well. He's back around. We are still green. So it looks like we're going to keep this thing going. It may be. We have yet to complete a lap without any fireworks yet, but here we keep going. We'll see if these guys can get it figured out. Gambrill back on the track, trying to get it around, as is Hunter Hall. We'll see how damaged these 2 race cars are, and if the field is going to catch them. I think there's a chance.
Oh yeah, they're only 13 seconds ahead, and they're not quite up to speed yet. 159. They're still about 20 mile an hour off. Up front, I was a little worried they were going to be stuck on the track.
Me too. I thought they might be parked in the middle like we saw with Patrick Cowgill in the Bristol race right before this with a broken race car. Wow, what a move right there. That is the 29 of Kevin Kyle with a beautiful inside out on the new paint scheme of Tony Iverson. So used to seeing Tony Iverson be the man in black, but not today. Repping that new Fish out, or what is it? What's Jordan Fisher's team called? Fish Speed?
There you go.
Yeah, got it.
Yep, gun running the fish scheme, fish paint scheme. And the funny thing is, if you do that close up, you can see that shark on Tony Iverson's car is getting ready to eat a little fish. That little fish happens to have a number 53 on it. Look who's right in front of Iverson right now.
Yep. Oh, look at these camera angles. Mean Gene, that's just good stuff right there.
Oh, and they come into that light banking right there.
There's that shark.
Iverson hugging the rail. Yeah, if you could see a little bit further, that's a 53 right there in that little bitty fish.
Oh my God, it's
right
a 53.
Yeah, look that's how hilarious. Tight this racing is right here. Fisher and Bollinger on the outside, Iverson on the inside, Kevin Kyle right behind him. Wow, he'd love to make it 3 wide. Let's see what the 53 does. Closes the door.
Wow, he really shut the door there on Jordan Fisher. Fisher gonna try to look to the inside now. Not gonna try to take that one laying down. Both drivers been so aggressive, and then Alex Hillman, something wrong with Hillman.
Hillman off the pace, and now he's sideways. He's going to the apron.
Oh, massive hit. Dalton Geyer involved.
Flag is out.
Oh, Steve Lewis is in it. Geyer destroyed. Alex Hillman.
Oh,
another early wreck. I think Justin Parham could be in this one. He is. Parham with huge damage. Wow, Mean Gene.
Oh, bad luck right there. Something happened to Hillman. We saw his speed just go away. He was going straight backwards through the field and then lost control, came down to the apron, and that's where it got hairy.
All right, so I'm going to go a little bit further back and see what it was that happened to Hillman. Here it is. It's going to be this right here, I think. Just tries to put the squeeze on Applegate, not able to there. A little bit off the pace. Nothing too serious yet. Yeah, right dirty air there. That's his first time dealing with it all race. And now he has it in front of him. And we'll see what happens here. Oh, it just gets so loose into one.
Yep.
Tries to gather it up. And she just was not having it. Back up the track, right into Geyer.
Oh.
Wow.
Who was that with Geyer in that Vortex car?
That was also Parham right there.
Oh.
And we'll watch this from Geyer's perspective. And here he comes, just minding his own business with Hillman wrecking in front of him. You see Geyer already loose, trying to find a way out of this situation. And here comes Hillman like a heat-seeking missile down the racetrack. And he's going to have one of those overcorrection moments. Right into Geyer. And there he is.
Geyer comes up into Parham.
Massive hits for both the 36 and the 18. Man, not a good day to have that multiplication variable on your number.
Oh, look at this car come through.
Whoa! That is Matt Novella right there.
And then Louis hits the wall.
Yeah, Louis gets a handful of wall right there. Big hits for drivers who couldn't really afford it, Mean Gene.
And Gambrill is still in the pit also. Remember, he had that early incident. Didn't bring out a caution. But him and Hunter Hall, I think, got into each other.
Yeah, they definitely did. So bad run there for Team Daily Drivers Inc. All of their drivers involved in some sort of incident. So that's really rough for that team right there. But we're going to rack this thing back up. Only 11 laps complete, Mean Gene. These guys are having a hard time navigating Homestead Miami, and I think it just looks like a really hot racetrack, and just like the story is every week, tons of dirty air affecting these drivers.
Yeah, it was really amazing what happened to Hillman there. Looked so good, and then all of a sudden, soon as he had to deal with that, it affected him greatly. Looks like Geyer got her rolling ahead of the pace car coming out. Justin Parham, the 18 Chevrolet, still in the pit, not going to make it out before the pace car made it around, but Dalton is going to stay on the lead lap.
He's going to stay in the lead lap of that. It's not a good looking race car right there. That thing is all types of messed up, so Geyer's going to need a few more of those cautions, but they have been abundant, so I don't hate that strategy there by Dalton Geyer. He is, I mean, mind you, he is one of the round of 12 drivers. He cannot go a lap down.
No, he is in 13th. If somebody was to have an issue and he could have a good day, he's the first driver that you would look at to get back up on top, but going to need a lot of help and a few cautions to get that damage repaired. Fastest mover on the track. How about that number 22, a Kenneth Redinger, third car in the outside row, that 22 Lowe's Chevrolet. Right now, he is up about 14 spots. So Kenneth's a guy that's won races in the past. Would love to see him back on victory lane today. Could be the day.
Green flag.
Pace car is off. Away we go. Keeping an eye. Look at that jump by Michael Mata on the outside, pulling away. Second row going to be Thornton and Fisher side by side. These two fellas very acquainted with each other. Eric Thornton been one of your top 5 drivers the last 2 months of this season.
Wow, and you see Mata there going all the way to the bottom, not wanting to help out with the draft at all, and also just trying to make himself unpredictable for the 39 of Jordan Fisher behind him. Eric Thornton, where he is, seems to be week in, week out, which is in a podium position right there. And look at Grant Applegate trying to make the Larson line work.
Oh, Grant, he loves riding the rail, and he's doing it again early in this race, trying to find speed. And why not? You know how tough it is to drive in traffic, so go where they ain't. Wow, he has just got that right side so close. Does have great exit speed. Going to pull next to Kenneth Redinger right there. So don't know what it's going to do to his tires, but as far as speed goes, Applegate's starting to click off positions. Look at this one. He's going to get side by side with Iverson. Now exit speed going to allow him to pass again. Good speed out of that 14 right now.
A lot of forward progression right there for the 14 at Grant Applegate using that outside lane. And like you said, it really is normally not the advantageous line when it comes to tire wear, but maybe that was enough cautions to where Applegate feels like I can get to my number that I want to pit at, and I can use up these tires now because we've gotten to run so many under yellow, and it is working for him. He is now looking to the inside of Eric Thornton, looking for third place.
Oh, and look at Mata gets right in front of him, gives him that dirty air. Outside lane going to have a little more speed. Going to be side-by-side racing, but look up front. Jordan Fisher, 3 wins before he had to take the break, picked up his 4th win last week at Nashville. Here he is again, picking up where he left off. That number 39 Ford looking strong here on lap 16.
A lot of cars struggling to make that outside line work. You just saw Eric Thornton give it a shot. He got into the wall. That kills momentum. Same thing happened to John Beverly a couple of car lengths back, and that also could have just been the dirty air throwing him back into that wall. But here goes Applegate back to the top. That is where he wants to be, Mean Gene. He went to the bottom to complete the pass on Eric Thornton, and first chance he got, he went straight back to the top. And let's just watch how big this run is here at Michael Mata.
Yeah, and he's going to have to give Mata a little bump. Mata not afraid to block. Took away a lot of momentum right there. I don't think this is where the Applegate's going to make the move. I've run a lot of laps here at Homestead, Zach, and I do love that outside lane, but I like it later in a run. I like going low while I still have the ability to hug that apron. But wow, look at just how fast, how deep he can go into that turn. Wondering about the tire wear, but right now Applegate closing the gap on Jordan Fisher. Jordan got a 0.7 of a second lead up there.
Yeah, and he picked up another position, so up to second place now is Applegate. Great recovery right there. I believe he also
look at Mata immediately. Look at Mata's like, oh, this lane works.
Yep, he's like, I'll give that a shot then. Actually, that looks like fun, and that is the thing. It's so tempting. And when someone else completes a pass on you using it, all you can think is, okay, well, now I want to do that. So we'll see how long it works for Applegate, because I agree with you. What I always say is you run the bottom early so you can still use the top later. Because oftentimes if you do run the top this early, it can definitely hurt your ability to do it late in the run when others might be able to go up there and start putting in way faster laps than you. So that's going to be really interesting to follow, and that's going to teach a lot of these drivers a big lesson.
Yeah, watching the times of Applegate. Applegate known, though, for making that top work about as good as any driver in this league. So already putting on that display. I really compare it to like a Chicagoland. You ever rip the rail too early there?
Oh, yeah.
Seems like those tires vanish. And so again, Matt Novella,
huge connection issues. Yeah, it's not common for Matt Novella, but look at that, huge connection issues right there from the 56 of Matt Novella.
Wow, that was wild. He teleported from the outside to the end.
Drivers love that, especially late in runs.
So meanwhile, we did start the race with 20. Looks like Hillman and Parham both still in the pit getting some extended work. Actually, we'll see exactly how long that's going to take them.
Yeah, Hillman looks like he wants to bring it down and see if he parks it, or if he's going to throw some tires on it and try to run an alternate strategy, or he just couldn't. Maybe the car was just too undrivable. Still see Geyer and Lewis staying on the lead lap trying to make this work. There they are. Geyer currently running in 17th, Lewis 18th. But they are about 15 seconds back, Mean Gene, so about halfway to getting lapped.
Well, what they'll need is another opportunity to do a little bit more repair on their car. Other drivers caught up early. Remember, Hall and Gambrel.
Tony Iverson and Thornton, sorry about that.
Yeah, teammates.
Yeah.
Look at Thornton making that top work there.
He is, and that's really what caused that little kerfuffle there, is Thornton just had a head of steam. It's going to happen again. He just has such a big run on the outside, and Iverson does not care. He just slides right up in front of him and kills all that momentum.
Right behind Thornton, you can see Sean Walton trying to make that rail work as well, just a couple of spots back. He was another guy that tapped the wall, but appears to be okay as far as the damage goes. Ooh, little bit of work right there by the 53. You can see Colin trying to make his way by Eric Thornton. Did it with a little touch, just a light touch.
And a nice move right there by Bollinger. Really just gets the inside of Thornton and immediately dump that dirty air on him. A lot of these guys have been dealing with dirty air all season, to where it's become a strategy to them and how they complete passes. You saw that right there from Bollinger, and now running the same line as Thornton, making sure he doesn't get any clean air, as you see Volpus hanging around in the top 10.
Yeah, I love Joe Volpus. He told me he really dislikes this track, but here he is slowly creeping up. And Volpus showing a lot of speed here recently. Remember, he won at Texas, and then last week also did himself a good service with his finish there. So Joe might be finding speed just at the right times, right when the playoffs start.
And we talked about Applegate and that high line and how disadvantageous it could be later in this run, and we're seeing it firsthand. He's lost a second to Jordan Fisher. He is now 1.8 seconds, or 1.7 I should say, behind him, and he's still committed to that top, but it's not working for him right now. Michael Mata and Tony Iverson have reeled it back in.
Yeah, Michael Mata, he's really an expert at going where you're not, and with Applegate committing to that top so early, gave him the opportunity, the freedom to go anywhere. Tony Iverson, now you give him a choice, he's going to hug that apron, go in deep, and come out strong. And that's what you see right here now, side by side with the 16. Great racing there. Outside lane has a little bit more momentum, but the question is, how many more laps will it?
And like you said, Iverson just sending it in so deep into really into both sets of corners, all the way to the bottom, and trying to slide up and complete slide jobs just like that. There it is on Mata. Mata read it like a book, went straight to the inside, going to try to do something about this. And you see how much bigger of a run Mata has using that outside. So now Iverson going to have to try to do the opposite and not let Mata do what he just did to him. And looks like he's going to be able to defend that position and keep working his way through the field.
Great racing right now. The number 13 Ford of Iverson keeping a little bit of advantage over the 16 of Mata. Ahead of them, you can see Applegate just putting down laps right now. Use that outside lane to get into that second place position. Maybe next time we'll see him hold on lower and see if he can stretch that tire wear. Meanwhile, down below, you can see Justin Parham losing another lap, trying to do what he can with that broken Chevy.
Yeah, a lot of damaged race cars and injured race cars out here in this track. Dalton Geyer will be next up. As you see right now, Sean Walton, Eric Thornton just going at it. And Walton was in the first incident in this race back on lap 1. Did a great job recovering. We speculated it wasn't too big of a hit, and clearly it's not, as that 67 is still on rails, looking like one of the faster cars in the racetrack.
Yeah, Sean Walton's got that ability. Anytime there's an outside lane where you can find extra speed, that's just something that 6.7 is going to be able to do. Look at Redinger right there battling with Novella. Good action here, especially now that we're later into this run. Lap number 28, tires are going to start to tell a different story.
Yeah, all these guys starting to shake the cobwebs off after having to spend so much time under caution to start this race. Really getting a good long run here and learning a lot about each other and their own race cars. As you see Volpus get loose mid-corner there, that kills his momentum, and Redinger is going to look to his inside. Also, Grant Applegate has kind of plateaued it off, still sitting at 1.8 behind Fisher, but as you see right there into the wall goes Applegate. That's definitely one of the risks about running that top lane. And then behind them, you just see Parham getting lapped, and then going at it again, Armada and Iverson putting on a show.
Yeah, really good racing here. You can see just how these different groups are all making it work. Mata, Iverson, so close to each other, then a little bit of a gap to Walton, and then there it is. Look at Thornton. Here's Joe Volpus going to take a stab at Eric Thornton.
Yeah, Thornton falling off pretty hard on this run. He has really gone backwards. He was as high as 3rd, and this is now going to be the pass for 8th if he's not able to complete, or if he's not able to defend us. And Volpus gets ultra loose. Wow.
What are you doing, Joe? He's still sideways.
Drifting all the way around the track and just can't save it, and the yellow's out.
Wow.
Wow. That was a crazy one.
Wow. Well, I guess we can all get tires now.
Now we all can get tires. We don't have to look at a replay because we just saw what happened. Volpus trying to defend that position on the inside, gets loose and drifts it the entire way down the front stretch. Jordan Fisher going to keep the lead of this race. And like you said, me and Gene, I think everybody here is going to want 4 tires. Uh-oh. Oh, Dot Fisher disappeared on us.
Don't do it.
I know. Jordan Fisher last week told us that he was not coming back. I'm sure this whole league was so excited about that, but nope. Surprise.
Well, you know how work schedules are. You're, you know, you're hot, then you're cold. It's yes, then
you're
no.
Yep. You're in and then you're out, and then you're up and you're down.
All right. So we're under caution here. Second caution of the day here on lap number 32. I'll tell you what, you know, I was watching Kenneth Redinger, how he moved up 11 spots, get up into that 8th. But did you see who else was creeping up? I think he did have a really fast hot rod in practice. Yeah. John Beverly.
The 01.
Up 6 spots, currently finds himself in 10th. Yeah, the commish making it happen.
Yeah, and he was really using that top line as well, and he was making it work. Long run, short run, he had something in that 01, so that's going to be fun to follow today. Great run so far from Beverly, as it looks like a lot of our leaders are getting ready to pit.
Fastest lap of the day was Alex Hillman.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for Hillman.
32.42. 32.43, Colin Bollinger, 1/100th of a second. Third fastest lap of the day. Oh, I fibbed. Grant Applegate, 32.41. That was your fastest.
Oh, well, there you go. That makes a lot of sense, too. Grant Applegate early in that run, ripping that top really faster than everybody else. And there is Hillman in that pit stall number 1. And the car's looking better, but he is several laps down, and he has yet to exit the... Oh, he is going to leave. There goes Hillman. Looks like he might get 1 lap back here, so that's good for him. We'll have to see. He's 12 laps down as Alex Hillman. So he's going to need quite a few more cautions. That actually may have been a great caution, though, for the other guy involved in that wreck with him. That's Dalton Geyer and Steve Lewis. They were getting real close to getting lapped, and now they have extra time to get these cars fixed.
Yeah, Lewis still in there getting the thing worked on. A little bit of damage to that 88. Going to take every second that he can. Speaking of taking seconds, how about Kevin Kyle?
Yeah, how about that?
He only took 2 tires, as did Jose Medina. Kyle going to move up to the first position, and Jose Medina going to move up to 4th. Both those guys only taking right side tires. Oh, but here comes Kevin Kyle. I guess he didn't like that strategy at all.
So I thought more people would do that, says Kevin Kyle, and he's going to probably bring it down to get those.
Did he want to lead a lap?
Maybe that was it.
He wanted to lead a lap.
That could have been what that was. We'll see if that even gives him a penalty. It shouldn't. If it does, it'll probably just be to the rear for KK. We'll see here, though.
Well, you might have to speed to get out in time.
Right? As he's going to likely just put on that set. Yep, and out he goes. So that's going to mean...
He said no.
Never mind, actually. And Medina, that didn't scare Medina. He's still going to go for it now in 3rd place.
No, Jose Medina ready to throw the Hail Mary here today. He's another one of our playoff drivers that is in a must-win situation. So why not take an opportunity, get up there for a run at the stage, and then worry next about getting a win or see where the other drivers are. Right now, none of the playoff drivers in big trouble, but Joe Volpes, after that little slip up, does find himself back in 18th. He did do a 1:04 pits there, so he was getting some damage repaired for sure on that number 11 Ford.
Yeah, he absolutely was, and that was a pretty solid hit to the inside wall for him. As here we go, getting ready to go green. Fisher and Applegate in the front row.
Green flag, green flag.
39 is your control car. Away we go. Jordan Fisher with a great start. Grant Applegate behind him. Medina, Mata side by side in that 3rd row. Medina on the inside. Mata gonna hug the rail already. Colin Bollinger can't make up his mind. He's side by side with Tony Iverson in the 4th row. Now we start to go single file. Fisher, Applegate, Mata, Medina, and then a little side by side by the 53 and the 54. Oh no!
I don't see it. It may have been Steve
Louis
Lewis.
Off speed.
Yeah, I think it may have been Steve Lewis. Maybe not with as healthy of a race car as he thought. Oh, it looks like it could have been Hillman as well. I think it actually was Alex Hillman. Let's take a look at this one, me and Jane. Keep your eye on that 08 on the inside. Here he goes. Oh!
Oh no! Oh no! What was that with him? Is that Louis?
That was Louis. So we were half right for sure. What happened? We'll go to the truth cam. That was ugly. All right, here we go.
Oh.
So we're coming out the corner. Oh, is Louis about to get tight and come down a little bit?
It looked like Louis hit the wall and then just came down. Look at Dalton. Look out! Look out!
He's gonna get
Look
you!
out, buddy!
Oh!
Look at Dalton saw it coming. He's already going all the way down the track.
He's thinking,
like,
not
hell
again.
No.
And you know what Louis was thinking? Yes, sir. That was a big one.
Get him a little bit of that. Oh, and that's going to be it for Alex. He's like, nope, that is not meant to be.
Just horrible luck for Alex Hillman. He's clearly not happy with Louis right there.
Boing.
Some big hits. Oh, he immediately does. Yep. A few more cars going to come bring it down for some more damage repair. Kevin Kyle going to bring it down. You have Stephen Lewis.
He's like, are we sure we tightened it?
Exactly.
Are we sure we tightened the wheels?
Exactly. And then Dalton Geyer still in the lead lap. Avoided that wreck. He's going to fix up more damage. That 36 is starting to look good again.
Yeah, but Joe Volpes getting a little bit of repair work. You can see Steve Lewis still in the pit along with Dalton Geyer. Both these drivers trying to stay on that lead lap. Pace car on the backstretch, so they get a little bit more time to get some work done to those stock cars.
They do, and we'll take a look now at that 36 of Geyer. So still some front end damage on the right side they have to fix. The hood's not completely flush yet. Usually that's fixable damage. So this is looking okay for Geyer. You never know what's possible here. Definitely one of the sloppier races we've seen all season, and definitely in the playoffs, as Fisher can do some little cute faking, I think, here. There's no way he's going to pit. Yep.
Okay, so people got to be happy about that. Got to be Jose Medina. Medina's still holding on to that 4th place position. He did start 3rd because Kyle pitted again. Did lose a spot to Michael Mata. So we'll have to see exactly how long that 54 can hold on. If he could get another 30 laps out of this and stay up in that top 6, I'd say brilliant.
I agree. This could definitely be a good track position move for Jose Medina. It looks like Geyer's going to sit in the lead lap, as is Steve Lewis. You did see a big speed differential there. Like, we got the caution so quick, Mean Gene, but boy, oh boy, Jose Medina could not go into turn 1 and 2 with any sense of speed compared to the guys around him. So it's going to be a tough run for him. But if these cautions continue to stack up, he could definitely come out on top with the track position.
And now that he's on the high side, maybe he just pulls the Applegate maneuver. I mean, he's got him in front of him. The guy's going to show him how to do it, and just hold on for those 25 laps. Riding that high side and just take it. He started in 15th, so right now you got to be thrilled if you're Jose Medina to find yourself in that front 2 rows. But behind him, other guys moving. Redding are still up in 7th, and John Beverly in 9th. So let's see what happens. Away we go. Jordan Fisher, great start there. Gonna slide right in front of Applegate. Fisher, Applegate, Medina. Inside lane, though, look at Mata now trying to pull up to the rear quarter panel of Applegate. Falls in behind him instead. Now looks up high, losing speed as he plows up the track just a little bit. Fisher pushing that lead to 0.2 of a second immediately. Applegate feels no option but to ride the rail to try to find the speed to compete with the 39. Mata, who's in the bottom lane, top 3 cars with a breakaway.
They are, and we were just 3 wide with Jose Medina, with Iverson and Bollinger joining him. That was crazy, but Medina doing everything he can to stay up front right now, and you see Applegate using that high line early, just like you talked about, me and Gene, and this is also a good time to do it. It's going to come back at you, but you get the spot when it's available to you, and here he goes to the inside of Jordan Fisher.
This is also something Applegate has to know. He's loose.
He's still loose. Watch out. Oh, no.
He's 6'7". Oh, it's 6'7".
Oh, he got 6'7" right in the face. That was a massive hit for Grant Applegate, and that could do it for his playoff hopes.
Wow, Michael Mata, light contact causes Applegate to lose control.
I don't know if they touched me, Gene. I think he just kind of did what Hillman did. I think he may have just sent it in a little bit too hard. Let's see.
Well, afterwards.
Afterwards. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, just very loose on an entry. Mata says, I don't have any time for that. And we got to watch that from Walt's perspective. These happen so fast, me and Gene. All right, where is that 6'7" man? Oh, did he call it a dead? Oh, there he is. Okay. Let's go on board with Sean Walton for this and see what that looked like. Because I guarantee you he had 0 time to react or maybe even know what was happening. There you see the spinning car in front of him, and it looks like you're good right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, you think you're fine because he's low and he's going low and he's probably got it locked down.
Oh, my. Nothing you can do. And that car is destroyed. Look at that steering wheel, me and Gene.
Yep, been there.
Yep, been there, done that. So Walton just another guy that just had the worst luck today, involved in a lot of wrecks that he had nothing to do with. So now go ahead.
Let's make the playoffs even more interesting. Can you tell me what position the 24 is in?
In the playoffs? Yeah, let's take a look.
No, on the track.
On the track. Can I? I don't think I can I?
No, you cannot. That opens up a playoff spot.
Wow. That's huge. Yeah, you are right.
So theoretically, that puts the line at Geyer.
Yeah, it does.
Can you tell me what position the 25 of Jack Sanders is in?
Same position as the 24.
They're tied. So
Wow.
Jose Medina 7 points behind Dalton Geyer.
Wow. This is going to be a huge stage right here. These points are going to be big for these guys. And remember, in this league, it's only the top 5 that get stage points.
Yep. You know what? I'm going to do a quick jump on this caution and confirm 6-7 or 6-8.
Okay, sounds good.
So cover for me.
So lights off the pace car. It's going to be Fisher and Mata up front. Iverson and Medina in the row behind them with Redinger and Bollinger making up the third row. So much action, so many different strategies now due to all these cautions. The only 3 guys who have only pit 1 time are the top 3 of Fisher, Mata, and Iverson, and really that's just because they've had the cleanest race. Really, it seems like just about everybody else has been involved in one thing or another. So really, just already becoming an attrition race here on lap 43 of 135.
End of 68 is going to be when the stage points are awarded. So top 5 drivers. So really want to be in there. But boy, that gap, that Dalton Geyer versus Jose Medina for that 8th spot. That is exciting and sexy, if you ask me.
I agree. And speaking of sexy, let's see if that car is yet. Rear end looks good. Front end's looking better. So Dalton Geyer finding more speed in that race car.
He needs to find it. He's 12 points ahead of Medina, but right now Medina in 4th, Geyer in 15th. So
green flag.
Geyer got a little bit of a gap. Away we go. Good start there by Jordan Fisher in the lead. Iverson and Mata side by side. Then you got Jose Medina, Redinger and Bollinger behind him. And here comes Eric Thornton. Redinger, Bollinger side by side. Medina now finding the speed he needs out of that Toyota. Gonna be right up the tail of Mata. I think finally, after the 2 cautions, maybe Medina is gonna equal out on the tires. We'll find out. High side, look at the 22 of Redinger, trying to make it work, stays on the quarter panel of Bollinger and forces him to stay down. Great racing here, lap 45.
See some aggressive side drafting by Eric Thornton over there and Colin Bollinger. You see Redinger right there trying to use that top. Jose Medina just driving brilliantly with those 2 tires right now, holding 4th place, using those lines to just absolute perfection, doing everything he has to do to get himself into the round of 8. Actually talked to Medina last week, and he said he was just happy to be in the round of 12. He knows the talent around him and how difficult making this round of 8 is going to be, but he is making it look possible right now. Whoa!
It's the 50.
Pure insanity there from Colin Bollinger.
Great move there by Bollinger, Colin Bollinger. Oh no! Thornton into Redinger.
Redinger down the track, saves it somehow. What a save by Redinger, and now that's going to create a 3-wide situation. Here we go. Thornton, Hall, Volpis. This is insane, and look who's back. Eric Gamble rejoined the picture. Hall slides up the track, almost into Thornton, and John Beverly using that top button. He's left so much all day today, gonna try to get a run, and the real estate just is not there.
No, the 26, though, has to give that position up to Beverly. Now Beverly can make use of the outside lane. Hopefully Thornton will pull him around and not just give him that dirty air outside lane working. Eric Thornton gets by Volpis. The 26 is going to go 3 wide with Parham and Beverly.
Hunter Hall putting it all on the line right now, and also what a great recovery from Parham. Actually, I'm sorry, Parham actually is laps down, so he has that car healthy, but just racing out here for fun, proving how strong that 18 was going to be today, and who knows, we could get 13 cautions. I wouldn't put it past this race. So out here with a lot to fight for. Another thing to be mentioned is Grant Applegate has gone 2 laps down with that last incident.
Yeah, looks like Joe Volpis also finding himself 2 laps down. So tough break there for a couple of playoff drivers. Volpis, of course, beneficiary of the win at Texas, doesn't need to worry. Applegate, though, is on that line. So he needs to move up to make it happen. And other guys, Dalton Geyer, also worried. But it's Medina right now pulling out the right moves.
Yellow is out. And it looks like John
Hunter
Beverly
Hall getting into Beverly, yeah.
Oh man, Beverly, we always, whenever he has so much speed in that car, this type of thing seems to happen so often. Let's take a look at what happened between him and Hunter Hall here. Beverly soars it
in the white one.
Yep, and the 26 right there. Beverly kind of using them. Oh! Okay, so
Thornton
not
went
too
up.
bad. Yeah,
Light touch.
definitely a light touch there. Not bad for Bev. I'm seeing him crash again on my data, so we'll keep the camera here. I hope it's nothing too serious. Maybe just taking a second to get back on the track and having a damaged race car. Yep, that's probably the crash right there. So that's good. But man, Bev having such a good day.
Thornton went up, made a little contact.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Thornton got. I think he may have gotten some help there as he shot up the track, Mean Gene. But yet another caution. So I'll tell you what, I will be right back.
Yeah, so unfortunate there. Person that's going to benefit the most, I imagine, would be Joe Vulpes. Going to keep an eye on him. I think he might be lined up to be your lucky dog. Joe Vulpes currently 2 laps down, as is Grant Applegate. This news just in as well. Looks like Sean Walton still on the server, but he's been in the pit now for 7 minutes, getting some repair done on his Toyota. Pits are open. Here comes a couple of takers. Oh, big fake there by Michael Mata. Stays on the track. Colin Bollinger going to bring it down. And then behind him, positions 9 all the way down to about 16, taking advantage of this caution to bring it into the pits here on lap number 51. Jordan Fisher still being shown as your race leader. And now Tony Iverson has moved up 8 spots now to be in second place right behind him. Both those cars did pit on lap 32 just 18 laps ago. So they're on the same tire strategy. Top 3 cars all took 4 tires on lap 32. Behind them, still in 4th, Jose Medina on the 2 tires. Great strategy attempt here by Medina. If he could hold on for about another 15 laps, Jose Medina would look like a genius on that 2-tire strategy, still in 4th. Eric Gambrell finding himself now into the top 5. He came in last on lap number 41 for a little bit of repair damage pit stop, but he did take 4 tires back on lap number 32 as well.
Yeah, and I think these cautions have really saved these guys from a fuel situation, because lap 32 would have been, I think, pretty dang close to make it to the end of 68. But with all of these cautions, I think they can pretty confidently make it based on what we've already seen. So like you just said, I think Jose Medina is about 16 laps away from looking like a genius.
We'll see what he can do. Joe Vulpes did benefit. He was your lucky dog there, so he'll be 1 lap down. Grant Applegate in the pit again, now finds himself 3 laps down. I don't think he's concerned anymore with the finishing position as he is with just finishing.
Right.
We'll see, maybe more cautions could get him back into this, but after Vulpes gets his lead lap, it would be Applegate's turn to start being that lucky dog, as Sean Walton does find himself 7 laps behind. Parham, though, clicking off laps back on the course. He's only 3 behind Sean Walton, so who knows?
That's a position.
Catching up. Yeah, it is. That's why you fight it. Remember those videos of old school Winston Cup? There's no hood, no quarter panel, duct tape, spray painting a number on a piece of cardboard and sticking it on the door.
Exactly.
All right, pace car is out of the way. Let's see. Jordan Fisher, away we go. Great start. Cars start to spread out single file almost immediately. Fisher, Iverson, Mata trying to look below the 13, forces Tony's to stay high. Mata takes advantage. Outside lane starting to roll a little bit faster. Mata brings it up, but Iverson holds firm. Still at the quarter is Michael Mata going down the backstretch into turn number 3. Iverson forced to ride up high, Mata down below, and then look at Medina in 4th, still making it work. And here comes Eric Gambrell.
And they're 4 wide for a second. They're behind them. Bollinger using that top lane to collect a bunch of positions on that restart. Driving with a head of steam right now is that 53. You're also starting to see Matt Novella come alive here. He is so fast here in Miami. Not surprised to see Novella start to put down some really fast laps, but keep your eye on that 53. Tons of speed in the Dr. Pepper.
Gonna pull side by side with Jose Medina up to the tail of Eric Gambrell. Gambrell made it by Medina. Now the 53 of Colin Bolander does as well. The Medina's got to hold on. Now he's under attack by Eric Thornton. So the 54 could be feeling the effects of those tires right now as he finds himself out of the top 5. Up front, Jordan Fisher now with 0.4 of a second over Iverson. Iverson pulling away from Mata just a little bit. Behind them, now the 53 and the 46 doing battle. Eric Gambrell, he's a rookie, but he ain't scared of nobody. I've watched him bang Jason Landry. I've watched him bang with David Medina. I've seen him do it with Bolander and Iverson. He ain't afraid.
No, he is not. He does not have the speed or the aggression of your typical rookie. Both of them far more than you'd expect. As you see, Medina starting to work that outside lane, but getting in the wall, just doing everything he can with those 2 tires and really still doing a great job, but that is easier said than done. Behind them, it's good to see John Beverly still on the racetrack, putting in good laps. That 01 does not look too hurt from the incident it was just in. And then you have Dalton Geyer and Steve Lewis still just trying to log away laps. And Grant Applegate still in the pits, getting that car worked on. When Grant Applegate was on the track on that last run, he was actually 4 seconds slower. And it looks like something has happened to Eric Gambrell.
Gambrell now finds himself down there still rolling, but gonna cost himself a ton of positions. And now Dalton Geyer is saying, "Hey, I'll go in the wall." Never mind.
And
Dalton almost passed him.
Here comes the replay of what happened to Gambrell here. He's on the inside of Bollinger there. So far, looking okay. Nothing too crazy. We'll see if this is one of those instances where you just get loose on the entry like we've seen so many times today. Not yet. Gambrell still doing his thing here. Sliding up now, sliding up. Hard. He's loose there. Huh. I guess it must have been the next lap. As Gambrell, I'm going to fast forward here. I'm so curious of what happened to him there, me and Gene.
Look at his entry. Watch his entry. I think he comes in a little bit sharp.
Just like everyone else has today. We'll see. He's down on the bottom here in this lap, and this is when it's going to happen. There he is, ultra loose, mid-corner. Doesn't hit anything, I don't think. Wow, nice piece of driving there by Gambrell.
Little bit of a brown pant moment there by the 46 rookie, but does manage to keep it on the straight and narrow. Good for him. Behind him, you can see Geyer having a little bit of connectivity issue. I'm losing Dalton. There he is.
Typical of Dalton.
Yep. But Dalton, 11 seconds behind the leader, so still making it work to stay on the lead lap. Now, Joe Vulpes is 1 lap down. He's very close, but I think there's still a lot of damage to that car.
Yeah, I don't think Vulpes is that slow intentionally by any means, as that looks to be an injured race car, as he's having a hard time staying with the pack as well. Just a lot of injured cars back here, really from about 10th on. It is not pretty in terms of what these cars have been through. And you can see the type of racing it's creating, just very sketchy, unreliable cars right here. As you see, Bollinger also for the 3rd place, really still trying to work that top to get around Mata, but has not been able to do too much about it quite yet.
Yeah, Steve Lewis also with some damage now, finding himself under attack. Applegate going to go another lap down there just to Joe Vulpes as well. So that 14 Chevrolet just trying to count laps right now finding himself 4 laps down. Yeah.
5 seconds off the pace is that 14, man, Gene.
Oh, it's killing him.
Oh, yeah, that's just absolutely brutal. And it's so hard just not to even wreck a race car like that. So hats off to him for keeping it in the straight and narrow. But that is easier said than done. As Michael Mata looks... Oh! Bollinger gets ultra loose underneath him.
So it's getting wild out here. They've put 30 laps on these tires. Have the 53, has Fisher, Iverson, Mata, Thornton, all those guys have put 30 laps on those tires. And now we're starting to see them get just a little bit tight or a little bit loose, a little wild out here.
Yeah, it's definitely getting loose when it looked like on the earlier parts of the run, it's ultra tight, especially when dirty air plays a factor. As you see Kevin Cayo working to the inside of Jose Medina, and these are the 2 strategies. One guy who bailed out of it, one guy who stayed committed. It's coming together right here, and it took longer than you'd think. Only 5 laps left to go in the stage. This is no longer for stage points, but it is closer to them. You never know what's going to happen. Right now, Jordan Fisher in control, and Iverson in position to get some stage points. That would be really big for him, as his round of 12 has not been ideal for Tony Iverson.
Tony wanted to get a little bit more out of it, just hasn't had the runs that he wanted. So you know what? Why not? Let's try a new paint job. Come out here right now, put him down in second place after that great pit sequence there on lap 32. Scooted him right up.
Now you have Bollinger and Thornton racing for the last stage point right there. I'm sorry, that actually would be for fourth. And behind them is Redinger. That would be the last stage point if Redinger wants to try to steal that from one of those guys. Still a good strategy from Medina. And what I'm wondering now is how much longer these guys want to stay in the track after we complete this stage. I'm thinking these guys are going to want the tires off regardless, because I don't think you can stretch this to make it a one-stopper.
No, and even if you could, I think you would definitely want to put the extra set of tires on there as long as the maths.
Right.
If you just look at the last laps, Fisher 33.06 was his last lap. Medina 33.055. So half of a second is the difference of the 2-tire stop versus the 4-tire stop in only 20 laps.
And speaking of the difference, the two guys who are slower on the racetrack, and that was Steve Lewis and Grant Applegate, are now both in the pits. They've been there for over a minute each. I think that could be the end of the day for both those drivers.
Yeah, that is a brutal situation for both of them. Lewis trying to battle in the best of the rest category, and of course Applegate right now 8th, tied with Andrew Bolander. Bolander not here tonight. Jack Sanders not here tonight. So he finds himself in 7th, but with a charging Jose Medina that could create interesting point sequence. And of course, Dalton Geyer 9th coming in as well. Geyer still on that lead lap, 17 seconds behind the leaders. So a little bit of a gap about half the track.
Looks like
Not again, Eric.
It looks like a big hit there for Eric Gambrell. Same spot, and that time it got the best of him. He went straight into the inside wall. Eric Gambrell will likely be done for the day after that.
The yellow flag,
is out.
I hear more tires.
Yeah,
I hear more tires.
And it looks like it's Parham that was involved in another incident, and we are under yellow, and that's going to do it for the stage.
Oh, boy. So Jordan Fisher going to take the stage. Tony Iverson, playoff driver, going to get 4 points. Michael Mata, playoff driver, going to get 3. But remember, Mata needs to win to advance. Eric Thornton, playoff driver, going to get 2. And Colin Bollinger going to hold on for that 5th spots at the end of the stage and get that 1 point.
Keep your eye on Novella in the 56 and the 54 of Jose Medina here, Mean Gene. I believe this is the exit of turn 2 right here. And that's Kevin Kyle, about to make himself the meat in the sandwich. Is he not? Is this going to be a Kevin Kyle born incident, or what is about to happen here? So far, so good for these boys. Oh, is Novella going to slide up ever so slightly? Oh, it's actually Medina and Kevin Kyle who get together.
Look at Kevin Kyle's like, I'm going to get away from this.
Did I do that? Brutal. As Medina, oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Big hits for Novella. And Medina had done everything right, Mean Gene, and I don't think, luckily for Medina, that will be too bad of damage for him. But oh boy, that's got to be rough. He had gotten that track position that he rightfully earned, and it was just taken away from him right there. And here it is again on real time to see just how fast this happens. There's not enough room on the racetrack.
Go back to VAR Chase. I'm curious if Matt kind of came up into
Yeah, let's be instigators.
Kevin.
Let's see this. Here we go.
Oh.
So
yeah, look at him. Look at him coming up. Look at him coming up.
Yep. And then Kevin reacts to it. And I guess maybe thought Jose wasn't quite as close as he was. And boy, oh boy. Synchronized wrecking.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch indeed, Mean Gene.
Oh no, go to Medina in the pit. Go to Medina in the pit. I think him and Novella might have had a little touchy down in the pits as well.
Let's see that. We'll go back real quick. He's been in there for a while. Oh, they may have. I think they did, Mean Gene. Oh! These two just can't get away from one another.
And then look at Eric, doesn't know where to go either. Poor
He
guy.
just absolutely destroyed the wall. He's like, have I not done enough? And look we got a new leader on the racetrack. And wow, so he pit on the same lap, and it looks like it was fuel only for Redinger.
No tires for Redinger.
He chose violence.
Wow, okay, so Kenneth Redinger finished 6th in the stage, but looking to take position over the tires. I guess he thinks there might be another incident soon, and then he could get tires. Who knows? Jordan Fisher going to be second after winning the stage. He'll start second here once we go green. Second row going to be Michael Mata, Tony Iverson. Iverson fell back a couple of spots, so not a really good pit there sequence for Iverson. Eric Thornton going to be 5th. How about Brandon Guerin right now? Brandon also skipping tires. Only fuel pushes himself up into 6th.
Wow.
Colin Bollinger 7, Kevin Kyle 8, John Beverly 9, Hunter Hall 10. So not a surprise to see Hall and Beverly knocking right there. They've been quick all day. Question is, what's going to happen to the red 57 Bud car and the 22? Away we go. Kevin Redinger with a great start on the inside. Kenneth Redinger now looking to get the preferred lane to get that entry. Does so. To Fisher. Iverson loose on his own. Fisher touching the wall. Dragging it hard. Here comes the caution.
Wow, that was something. Oh boy, Mean Gene. Let's take a look at what happened in this one. Yet another
I know
incident.
what happened.
Oh,
what happened is Mata has a right front and Fisher has a left side.
You don't say.
And that's what happened.
Let's see here. This is entering one, and yeah, it's. You weren't wrong. You weren't wrong, Eugene.
But look at Brandon. Brandon's like, I got old tires. Don't be doing this.
I can't be doing it. Oh, God, and Iverson almost involved in that one as well. But just Jordan Fisher.
Did you see Brandon lay on the brakes to avoid that and lost a ton of positions?
Yeah, he did. Brandon Guerin, all that staying out. Now he gets to have 100 feet newer tires than the rest of the field, though.
No, I was about to say, if I'm him, I'm coming in and not take tires now.
Why not?
I mean, why not? You swung for the fence, and that foolishness happened, and you had to hit the brakes, and so come into it. You know, and Brandon's a guy had a lot of speed 2 seasons ago. Last year, he worked a ton, and this year, kind of the same way. Brandon, of course, our main sponsor, he and Kristen Guerin, Chantilly Lace Photography, 3 locations on the East Coast: Charleston, South Carolina; Myrtle Beach, South Carolina; Savannah, Georgia. If you have a family event, these guys got 20 years plus of experience, 30 employees or more. They can help you design the album that you would like to keep for the rest of your lives, to be part of your family's memories. Chantilly Lace Photography, give them a shout out. So Brandon, again, part of this amazing business, just hasn't had as much time behind the wheel as so many of these other people. We talk about how many hours, we talk about Fish Speed, that Discord channel, and how they're always comparing laps. We talked with Tony Iverson, Zach, how he does the ghost cars, Kevin Kyle, all the practice they put in. Somebody like Brandon comes in, and he is getting faster every lap.
Yeah.
You know, he's getting that familiarity while he's on the track. So very happy to see him avoid that wreck, continue his race so he can move up through the field. But I hated seeing his strategy take a shot. But you know, you gotta err on the side of caution when you're not putting in as many hours as these other guys.
Yeah, I completely agree. Brandon Guerin, though, he's so hard on himself, and you're right, he doesn't get as many reps available to him running a business and has so much else going on in his life as some of these other guys in the field do. But the speed that he shows whenever we do have him in the field is extremely impressive. Yeah. It just needs a lot of things to go your way, right? Being fast is only half of it. But Guerin, always fun to watch, and so lucky to have him as a sponsor in this league.
Yeah, and you know, the less you see him on the track, the more he is putting all his time and effort into your family memories. Yep. So it's a good sign for your photography needs that this guy is out here not quite as much as the others. Up front, Kenneth, not as much as the others. Also talking about the amount of rubber on the tires of the number 22 Chevrolet, as he is trying to push this thing with no freshies. Remember, he took tires back on 32. So, yeah, lots of rims showing up on that 22. But, hey, it's got him in the lead. Pace car out of the way. Redinger, Mata, front row. Thornton, Bollinger, second row.
Oh, Mata.
Here we go. Good start right there by the 22. Mata got caught with his pants down. Eric Thornton going to push his way right ahead of Michael Mata. Redinger, Mata in third, now looking below. Thornton thinks about spinning him, doesn't do it. Good man. Now he's in the quarter panel. You can't do it twice in a row. Behind them, Colin Bollinger, and now John Beverly up into fifth.
Look at
Beverly,
J-Bev.
fastest car in practice, and now he's showing that speed here in a live run on lap number 75.
Beverly is so fast in practice, and this car has been faced the wrong direction in this race, but he cannot be stopped. Beverly working on the top 5 right now, mixing up with Tony Iverson, a championship favorite, and we got an attempt on the pass in the lead. Eric Thornton going to look to the inside of Redinger to try to lead some laps. Eric Thornton sick of second and third place.
Eric Thornton, he's been one of the top 5 fastest drivers over the last 6 weeks. No, Joe, say it ain't so.
Yellow is out again for Joe Volpes. Looks like him and Kevin and Kyle came together there.
All right, so only 12 cars on the lead lap. Matt Novella would be the beneficiary if I am correct about this. Novella, Fisher, both a lap down. Also, a little bit of housekeeping. Looks like Eric Gambrell has parked it. Looks like Jordan Fisher has parked it.
Netcode City right there for Volpes and Kevin Kyle. I really can't blame anyone on that one. And Jordan Fisher parking it is pretty shocking. I did not think that 39 was that hurt, Eugene.
Well, he did hit the right side really hard.
Yeah, it really is about where you hit. And like you always talk about how much the wheel is turned, right? If you have that wheel turned when you make that impact to the wall, that could cost you a toe link, which means race over.
So very surprised with the amount of cautions and the damage that we've taken here. Lap 77 scheduled for 135. So still lots of laps needing to be done here at Homestead, but lots of damage occurring to these Cup cars. And now looks like Sean Walton has dropped due to a upload packet loss.
Wow.
But that 6-7 was already struggling bad.
And Redinger is going to bring it in the pits. That's interesting because you know what that might be, Mean Gene? That might... no, I think I'm wrong. There's no way that's the window. But Redinger going to bring it down now, I think, thinking he's had enough time on track to where now he'll have the advantage if he takes 4 fresh tires. And here comes a lot of other cars to fix some damage. The last car in the lead lap right there is that Lowe's 11 of Joseph Volpes, and he's in 12th place.
Yeah, really, really mind-boggling to see that many guys go a lap down already or have the damage. Dalton Geyer still making a run of it up in 12th. Remember, he suddenly becomes the cutoff with the loss of the 24 with no Andrew Bolander running. So Dalton Geyer would be your biggest beneficiary. Got a 12-point lead over Jose Medina. Medina has had a little bit of contact here recently, finds himself in 8th. So only 5 spots separating them. Medina has to find 7 points out of nowhere.
And at what point do these guys start racking up incident penalties and things like that? Because this has been a sloppy, ugly race.
Don't say it.
Right, though? I mean, like, that's a 9th caution. I know. Me either. I really hope that's not what it comes to. I mean, I think with as many drivers that are absent today and as many DNFs as we're having, things might get a little bit more clear cut, especially as we get through these last 55 laps once we wave that green flag. But yeah, things are looking good for Geyer, and that's why you do things like I always say, John Cena style, and you never give up. Because Dalton Geyer has a top 10 legitimately within his reach, and it's just been by virtue of not giving up and driving a very injured race car around for about 80 laps now.
Yeah, you'd look at like pit stops, he's got 8.
Yeah.
The leader, Eric Thornton, has 3. Michael Mata in second has 2. Iverson has 2. And then here's where it gets fun. Kevin Kyle, 10. 10 pit stops
10
for Kevin
pit
Kyle.
Stops. How is the damage not fixed yet for these guys?
8 for Dalton. Well, Kyle was only in there for 15 seconds, so I think that was legit just tires.
That makes sense. But yeah, Guy, I'm shocked. Like, what did he have? An hour of damage? 8 pit stops? And this is not a small track.
Yeah. No, he keeps getting a minute at a time, minute and 8 at a time.
So we're at 8 minutes of damage repair. We're not done yet.
Nope. Who knows? Maybe we are done. All right, so let's look up front. We got the front row. It's going to be Thornton and Mata. Thornton, great speed.
Mata awful on restart so far. Awful.
Mata's must win. And all of a sudden, no Jordan Fisher changes the game, but he's still got Iverson and Colin Bollinger right behind him. That second row brutal. Look at that push on the outside. Great countdown start by Thornton and Iverson. Thornton and Iverson, huge jump over Mata. The 26 of Hunter Hall looking on the outside. He's the 4th place car, that white 26. Then Bollinger, Medina, John Beverly. But how about those high side hustlers, Zach? What a start.
Amazing start. They definitely drank Michael Mata's milkshake there. I'd say that 3 times fast. And a brilliantly orchestrated restart right there to get that 2nd place for Iverson. And now these 2 teammates can try to work together and put some distance on that 16 of Michael Mata. And man, what a run from Hunter Hall, currently racing the defending champion, Colin Bollinger, as it looks like slightly into the wall there was Thornton, able to keep his momentum pretty well, though. I think he's going to be able to stay in front of Tony Iverson.
He looked like Tony Hawk right there, running his fingers along the wall as he went around the outside there of turn number 2. Gonna keep that lead, though. Eric Thornton looking strong here on lap number 81. Behind him, Tony Iverson, his teammate.
Oh, Hunter Hall! Oh! Massive hit for Hunter Hall! Oh, no!
He's coming back on the track. Lock it down.
Oh, we're going to likely be under caution again, Mean Gene. We're still green for whatever reason. We've seen far less bring out a caution today, but Hunter Hall is going to get it running again. We'll see what happened there. Him and Bollinger, looks like maybe it came together or just Hall got loose. Let's see what happened. Oh, he's loose. Ooh. Just trying to wrestle that girl, and this is a massive hit for Hunter Hall. Oh gosh, talk about a commentator's jinx. I apologize, Hunter.
Wow.
I saw limping this girl around, but the field is only 4 seconds behind him, Mean Gene.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see Hall because he is not up to speed right now.
Oh no.
They're going to catch him very, very quickly. I think he's just going to stay on the bottom and try to take it right into the pits. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do.
So that's so unfortunate for the 26. Had such a strong run going, but glad that did not become a bigger incident.
Yeah, and I'll tell you who ain't happy about any of this has got to be Jose Medina. He needed 12 positions between him and Dalton Geyer, and he's just not getting it. That's basically off the board now. He's to get Dalton Geyer in 12th, last car in the lead lap. That means Medina needs first, which would give him the golden ticket. So Jose finds himself in the I must win situation, just like Michael Mata.
Oh my goodness.
With all these wrecks. Woo!
Really, really close from Applegate. Racing 12 laps down, but mixing it up regardless. 17 laps down, but mixing it up regardless is Applegate. Someone has connection issues. But, it's Thornton and Iverson mixing it up now for the lead. Iverson tries to make a move on the inside, not able to complete it. Eric Thornton's going to continue leading this race, and Michael Mata, breathing down their necks, wants that lead, because I think if anyone is visiting Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, Mean Gene, it's got to be Michael Mata.
Yeah, it's got to be the 16, but he's dealing with the 53 right now. Those two guys having a great battle for 3rd place. Michael Mata wishing that what would have been, could have been, should have been had he made it to Nashville, but instead needing to find the dub here today. But with 52 laps to go, lots of racing to go. Another pit stop is on the dance card, so lots of things could change in between now and then. Meanwhile, Medina and Applegate still having a good time back there. Kenneth Redding gets loose. Reddinger loose.
Oh!
And then Beverly.
Big hits for Beverly and Reddinger down the track. Garrett, get out of there. Oh, boy, that was close.
Look at Brandon's like, look out, Dalton.
God. If I had $1 for every time we've seen Reddinger do that. That was
scary.
an interesting one. We'll take a look at what exactly happened there between J Bev and Redinger.
Was there a polar vortex that just pulled Beverly into him?
I think there may have been. Here we go. We're gonna see Redinger get loose first, and as Beverly just catches the loose or the dirty air, and it has him do the same thing that Redinger did. He just was not able to save it quite as well.
And then Brandon, look at Brandon. No.
Brandon was so close there to being a part of that one, but gets through it. Same with Dalton Geyer, just thinking, I thought being that far back would mean I didn't have to deal with any of this.
No, try again, my good friend.
But what you just referred to as well, though, Mean Gene, regarding Jose Medina and how he's got to be not loving all this attrition we're seeing, you're right. That's another 2 free positions for Dalton Geyer. He got one from Hunter Hall. That puts Dalton Geyer in the top 10.
Rewind and look at Hunter Hall past the pace car.
Oh, no.
Please, it just happened.
Okay.
Watch what happens when Hunter Hall gets his lap back.
Let's see here. Here's Hall coming back.
Yeah. No, it just happened. It just happened.
Okay.
Like fast forward all the way to the pace car.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize how far back I had gone. Here, I'll go back.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, God. There was some serious stuff that happened under this yellow. And, oh my gosh, Mean Gene. Okay, so let's start with Hunter Hall, though.
Yeah.
But I think...
Oh. Here it is. Yeah, watch this. He's like, hey, go around the outside. Okay.
I got it.
Not like that, dude. Look at Eric. Eric's like, thank you, but you didn't have to do it like that.
He's like, I'm pretty much Ross Chastain.
And then going in the pit, the 53 and the 16 were very, very close. That was...
Yeah, I saw some action there, and I thought I saw the 22 involved in something too, but I think I could be wrong there. But not... Regardless, that was a messy, messy caution. These guys can't even figure it out under caution. But Thornton's going to keep the lead. He did not pit. Iverson did not pit. Medina and Redinger last pit on lap 77. And then behind them, you have a bunch of lap 88 cars, but the only one who I can tell that took tires is Brandon Guerin.
Yeah, and Guerin just came out as well there, so I'm going to get that credit on lap number 88. Other guys, you're right. But you know what? They could have taken tires on 87. I'm not really sure.
Right. Yeah, you're right. They could have just came down for that extra splash. You'd think you'd want to take them, but they could be short on tires, and you could be at the point where you don't want to run out for that last restart. Because, man, Gene, you've got to be thinking we're going to overtime in this race.
Yeah.
Unless we run out of cars.
Or you know that there might be a caution the way that this has gone. It's not even people getting into each other aggressively. It's just losing control of the vehicle. It's just the track. Battling the track. The fog has gone away.
Yeah, so at least it looks pretty. That Geyer car is starting to look better and better.
Yeah, he's getting it.
He's getting it. We're a minute 9.
Another minute 9-second freaking pit stop.
Unbelievable, dude.
Yep, 9 times. 9 times.
I mean, I'm not sure if you believe us. We told you we started with a pretty big field here today. It looks like at the end of a Daytona race. It looks like the end of the Clash.
Yeah, they've had a beating out there. This track is really brutal.
Not for the week
tonight. These guys just getting loose and then recovery, overcorrection, picking up unfortunate victims. Up front, though, plenty of playoff drivers. Eric Thornton, Tony Iverson in the front row. Here's Redinger still rolling. There's Medina needing a win. Away we go. Thornton with a good start. Probably didn't give a countdown to Iverson that time. Thornton in the lead up by the rail. Iverson looking down low. Here comes Thornton. Look up front, though. Mata now looking high around Redinger. Gonna go 3 wide there with the 53. Jose Medina slams the door on Michael Mata.
That was sexy as hell, Mean Gene. What a move by Michael Mata.
Yeah, Mata booking it there, trying to cut back down to the apron. Now makes his way by. Great run by Medina, but he's facing the speed of Mata, and now he's got Colin Bollinger behind him as well. Behind that, you can see Redinger in the battle with Kevin Kyle. Joe Vulpes up to speed now. Applegate laps down. Applegate almost into the back of Parham.
3 wide right there with Kevin Kyle, Parham, and Joseph Vulpes. All these guys, 2 to the 3 of them are several laps down, but there's racing everywhere you look right now. And Michael Mata is a heat-seeking missile. So much speed right now in that 16. He used it outside to his advantage and then used the inside to defend it. That is perfect, and that's a line flexibility you need to win here in Miami. And we have a battle for the lead.
Lots of speed on that outside lane. Those runs these cars are coming up with are fantastic. Thornton using that outside lane beautifully at the moment, still holding on in front of Iverson. Then he cuts back down to the apron. So it seems like he's switching back and forth, just trying to do enough to keep Iverson behind him. Mata burning tires, looking at the top. Got Colin Bollinger right behind him. Jose Medina into 5th. Great run by Jose today. And then 3 wide behind him. Look at Parham on the wall. There's Redinger in the middle. Vulpes making the inside work. And then Applegate and Kevin Kyle. Here comes the speed of Applegate again.
That inside is just looking so incredibly treacherous right now, so loose. You saw Iverson try to complete the pass on Thornton and just could not do anything on that outside, on the inside lane. Was so incredibly loose on exit right there. It almost turned the car around. And now that I think about it, that really is the majority of the wrecks we're seeing are cars exiting on the inside and immediately just being thrown into that inside wall. So we'll see right here. Tony Iverson's going to try it one more time.
Yeah, gonna keep that line, gonna get side by side almost to the quarter, and then the speed of Thornton just pulls away slightly. And look at Mata not closing as fast as I thought he would. That lead now between Eric Thornton up front is a full second over Michael Mata. So high side hustlers putting on a show here tonight at Miami Homestead.
Yeah, Mata doing what he has to do right now. Well, actually, he's not. He needs to get to victory lane if he wants to move on to the round of 8. But he's putting himself in position, especially if Thornton and Iverson were to come together, and these two are going for it right now. The time to be teammates has come and gone. It's time to race for a win. About 40 laps to go, and Tony Iverson just doing anything he can think of to try to get around that one.
Yeah, at this point, you have to be thinking to yourself, so many cars have been taken out. Even a DNF from right here, you should be safe. Both of those should be safe. So why not push it? Why not go for the W? And if you can, get rid of a Michael Mata. If Michael Mata wins here today to get into the round of 8, look at the next 3 tracks. Talladega, Iowa, Michigan. Mata could easily win at any of those 3. So you would love to get rid of a Michael Mata if you could.
Yeah, Michael Mata, ultra dangerous when it comes to his ability to win races, especially when it matters. We've seen him be so good in the playoffs in the past. He's definitely been a championship contender. I'd still say he is one right now. The only reason he's in the position he is because he missed a race in this round of 12. But Mata definitely is not one I think these drivers want to let into the round of 8. He's probably the Joey Logano of this whole situation.
Oh, and you know who else ain't going anywhere? How about Jose Medina? 33.16, that last lap, 3rd fastest car onto the track in 5th place. Now, yeah, he's got to make up some time, 2.2 seconds back, but that 54 Toyota not going anywhere yet as far as the dream to win.
Yeah, and he's on older tires and a lot of those around him, and he's making it work brilliantly, so that's great for Medina. He's having one of his best runs of the season, and it really could not come at a better time. It's just lap after lap. You see Iverson trying to make this work. He's so committed to that inside, but you keep seeing Thornton with those runs on the exit and just nothing Iverson can do about it, and then they go through 3 and 4, and that's where Thornton seems to like the inside, where he likes the outside through 1 and 2, and just Iverson, I think he needs to do something different. Mean Gene, he's being too predictable, and like we were talking about with Michael Mata, and what makes him so good right now is you don't know if he's going to go the outside or inside. It's pretty easy to tell what Tony Iverson's going to do. There he goes. He's going to change it up. He's going to try the outside this time, and look at that. Throws Eric Thornton off. Eric Thornton goes into the wall, and that's the opening that Tony Iverson needed.
Iverson side by side, a little bit below. He's in the middle of the lane. Thornton stays high after the contact. Gonna give that entry up. Look at Thornton. Iverson was a gentleman there and didn't cut off his entry. We're going to see that speed of the Thornton roll around. Iverson looks, but can't make the pass.
A perfect outside lane run by Thornton there through 3 and 4 to just get a great amount of momentum and not compromise any of his exit by Tony Iverson sliding up into him, which is what Iverson has been doing so often today to complete those passes. And it might be what he does right here. Not quite enough as they're catching up to Hunter Hall, who I'm sure wants none of this smoke.
No, I think what's going to need to happen, and we're not seeing it early, is Iverson's going to need to take away the entry for Thornton.
Yeah.
He's going to need to push him all the way against the wall and give him the late entry. But look right here. He stays in the middle, and let's see how quickly Iverson cuts down going into one. Very early.
He does, and now he's going to go for the slide job, huh?
Yeah.
It's just not
Thornton
quite clear.
On that outside. No, because he's giving him the entry. If he wants to make that pass, he's going to have to wait till the last second, I think, to go to make entry, because right now, as long as Thornton, look, he's going well beyond the halfway point, getting all that entry angle. So Thornton basically has 3/4 of the track at his disposal.
And what I'd be doing too, if I'm Tony Iverson right now, is clearly Eric Thornton likes the outside. He is incredibly fast up there, and he's doing a good job holding off Iverson. Take that away. Go to the outside of Thornton. Don't go to the inside where he doesn't want to be anyway.
Here it is.
And look at that. Eric Thornton just giving him the inside. He's like, take it, buddy. I don't want it.
Nope.
And then Eric Thornton is going to mirror drive him.
Pass.
Very difficult. You can see Eric Thornton through 3 and 4 very much just mirror driving Tony Iverson.
And you remember that 1 second lead that they had over Michael Mata?
Gone.
0.6.
Yep. And it's only evaporating by the second.
Yeah. Slowly getting there as these two guys cannot make up their mind. Until Iverson pinches Thornton up against the wall, I think this game is going to continue.
Yeah, and he's got to be looking in his rearview mirror and his relatives and thinking, how much longer do I want to go side by side with this guy? If we can't figure it out, do I just want to go to second? Let's gap him again, and then we'll figure it out 10 laps time. That looks like that is what Iverson wants to do here. Going to give his tires a chance to cool off, regroup, and come up with a new game plan.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you remember we talked about grit and just keep battling back there? Justin Parham, who was 3 drivers back on that was a lap down, is now the first driver a lap down. He is 13. I mean, he's 13 laps down, but hey, he battled his way back. Justin Parham gets the grit award.
There's still
John
enough
Wayne
time
today.
For Justin, if we get it now, we can do 13 cautions and he can get in the late lap, but they got to come soon. And Dalton Geyer, another guy who's definitely a candidate for the Grit Award, is still sitting comfortably in the top 10, somehow doing what he needs to do to get himself in the round of 8.
Well, either he finally got enough repair on that car to get it up to speed, or Novella and Beverly are so damaged that they can't do anything. But that last lap, Geyer 34.01, where Novella 33.6. So Novella clipping away at it slowly, and then behind them, John Beverly 33.78. So Beverly's still in the picture with those two guys. So that battle for 10, 11, and 12 still on the table.
And all 3 of those lap times, not bad enough to where you're out of it yet. I think they're all 3 1 caution away, 1 damage fixing session away from getting that car to where it can be competitive. Only about 0.6 off the pace right now. That's a lot better than we've seen from other drivers. Like we saw Grant Applegate 5 seconds off the pace earlier. I'm sure Dalton Geyer at one point was 5 seconds off the pace. So it's coming together for them. If they get a couple more cautions, this definitely could happen. But this is the most tame, I want to say, we've seen in the field all day. I mean, I think just by matter of we are running out of cars, Mean Gene.
Did you say Grant Applegate? That's the fastest car on the track, 33.16.
Oh, he is back. Yeah, you're right. Applegate did get it all fixed, and he is the fastest car on the track. Grant Applegate is 17 laps down, so the time for him to go back in the lead lap has come and gone. But hey, and look at this. Looks like Tony Iverson has regrouped. He's going to give it another go, it looked like, and he's going to try the inside again.
Yep, but there comes Thornton all the way down, says, nah, you don't need that clean air. You can just follow me. The thing I'm wondering about Thornton is we have seen him get loose later in a run, especially on a track like this. He's tried his best to hold off Iverson, but he stayed high, and you know that wears those tires out.
Right.
So at some point, you got to wonder, look at Iverson. It's close.
Oh, it's close. Not quite, though, and really you got to get it done by exit. You got to get done by exit too, though, Mean Gene, because you can't clear him in the straightaway. You just have no momentum compared to that outside lane. And wow, what a great squeeze by Thornton. It's going to be really tough for Tony Iverson.
Yeah, Iverson cannot make that pass. as long as Thornton has the freedom. Now look there, he's taken away a lot, but look how quickly he goes back down to the apron. I think he's just going to have to commit to that high side.
This is the closest.
Go door.
He's got it. He can do it, Mean Gene. Here it comes. There it is. The slide job complete. Doesn't even need the bump from Thornton. Tony Iverson gets the lead. And you're right. I mean, I think we're about to see this 13 just sail away in the sunset, because I think I completely agree with you. He was not going about that pass in the most efficient way, and because of that, and look at that, that's all Eric Thornton was waiting for. Thornton into the pits, and I was also assuming he was going to be one of the undercut guys, like you just talked about. That outside lane, so bad for tires. Get those things off now.
Yeah, and guess what? When he gets back on the track, it's only going to be 26 laps remaining. You can run that high side for 26 laps.
You absolutely can, and you really won't suffer as bad as you had to earlier in this race. One thing that Tony Iverson's got to be thinking about right now is the car on screen, the 53 of Colin Bollinger. He's been quiet today, but when Bollinger is quiet, those are often the races that he ends up winning. So don't let that guy do something cute in the pits here, or continue to have this super long run speed, or super quick long run speed. If I'm Tony Iverson or Michael Mata, I think Eric Thornton had just convinced me to want to pit pretty soon.
Eric Thornton took 4 tires on that pit stop. So is he laying the foundation for the pit strategy of the remaining contenders here in Miami Homestead? We'll see. Thornton with a 14.65 quick stop back on the track. Now we see who follows suit.
Nobody. It looked like Iverson maybe, but just it's always so hard to tell with Iverson. Runs the bottom so well and so methodical with it. You can never really tell if he's going to pit or not. But look at Bollinger all over Michael Mata.
Yeah, these two guys, they battling now. I would think you'd hold off until after the pit, and then maybe get by him. The easiest place to pass somebody is in the pit stop, and we've seen the 53 have some amazing speed coming in and out of pit lane. And also, let's look at the X factor behind them. Applegate, so fast, closing up on that group. If he suddenly involves himself into that equation, this thing could get really tricky.
Yeah, it really can. You can see Applegate trying to use his restraint right there, but he can get one of his 17 laps back right in front of him if he can find his way around Iverson. I doubt Iverson would want to battle him too hard. Michael Mata, speaking of putting up a battle, is really fighting with everything he has. And real quick, let's look at Eric Thornton. His last lap was a 32.7. That is about 7-8 tenths faster than Iverson, Bollinger, and Mata as they get together on the exit of 4.
Wow, Mata off speed. Look at Applegate. Give the push to the 53. Says, let's go, let's go.
Yep.
Gonna
I don't care which one
a
of you.
little bit of speed. The 53, though, definitely benefited the best from that. Michael Mata off pace. Gonna recover relatively quickly.
Oof. I think he'll pay here, Mean
touch
Gene.
of the wall.
I think we'll see
why
Mata
not?
pay
He
here,
lost,
yeah.
lost 4 miles an hour in that to do it.
And now, just like it seems like every Monday, it might be a Bollinger and Iverson situation, and this time it is going to be Iverson bringing it down, and Mata will not. And look at all this help that Applegate is giving to Bollinger.
Interesting. Giving him the little push and then takes it up high. 53 conserving the tires, not going up onto that high side. Gotta be wondering what kind of fuel situation. He last pitted on 88. So he's on the similar strategy as these other guys.
And here is Tony Iverson getting some tires. I think it's going to be 4 freshies here, Mean Gene. Yep, first side was up, second side up now. Iverson going to be a lap down. You see Bollinger in the top of your screen right there. But a good and smooth pit stop. So now what's important for Iverson is, where is Eric Thornton? I think he's right. That is Eric Thornton. Eric Thornton's going to jump him by quite a bit, but now he'll be on the wrong end of that tire situation.
Yeah, very surprising here. Thornton was 0.7 of a second faster in the pit time. Thornton also 0.4 of a second faster with his pit lane time.
So great and so well executed by Thornton. One thing that was visually obvious by Thornton was his pit exit down that inner lane right there when you're surrounded by grass. He was ultra aggressive, really, really fast. And that's the little things that matter and the little things that will give you a chance if the cycle's through under green flag conditions. You got to know that everyone in this field is super nervous right now about the fact that it's the 53 who has taken the lead of this race. What's he going to do? He's going to take 2. Is he going to try to stretch this longer than everybody else? And same goes for Michael Mata. There's one thing I know about Michael Mata. It's you don't know what pit strategy he's going to do, except that it's going to be different than everybody else.
Yeah, Michael Mata is still in that must win, but every second he stays on that track, he's just letting Thornton get further and further ahead once this thing cycles around. Remember, Thornton was in second, barely gave up control of the race and came in immediately. So perfect timing of Eric Thornton as far as let's put some fresh tires on this thing.
And now that Colin Bollinger has gotten that fresh air up front, it looks like he's going to be pitting this time around. He has been putting down some nasty laps. I mean, Gene, he is barely slower than the cars on fresh tires. This is looking really good for that 53, like I said, to come in the last second and steal a win, as he has not been up front very much, or not as much as we're used to today. But man, right now, when it matters, that 53 is nearly perfect. That last lap was a 33.49. Eric Thornton's last lap was only a 32.99, so only 4/10 there separating the two. And then Tony Iverson was a 32.8. So the delta is not massive right now. I mean, Gene, I see why Bollinger wants to run this so long. I am curious of when he wants to pit. His last pit stop was on lap 88.
So gonna have to make a decision soon, but luckily, I think something that the 53 has going for him right now is Applegate. Applegate continues to have that high speed, comes out of the turn, and then just gives a little bump to the 53 when he does catch him. He's not going under him. He's not going around him. So lots of assistance, I think, coming in the restraint of the driving style of the 14 of Applegate. Sure, he's 17 laps behind, but he also was the fastest car on the track for over 10 laps.
Yeah, and he's currently with a 14th place finish if this was the end right now, so not a bad situation for him. And really, if you need any proof of how advantageous this has been for Bollinger with having that 14 working with him, he has 2.2 seconds on Michael Mata. He passed him about 5 laps ago.
Yeah, Mata faded the wrong direction, but again, the distance between Mata and Jose Medina, though, has stayed the same. Meanwhile, Iverson trying to make moves around that group, lap down, now making his way forward. Kenneth Redinger into the pit. So the 22 now also throwing, his strategy out there as he pits here on lap number 122. Scheduled 135, only 13 laps to go. Here comes Jose.
I'm confused here. I think there's no way Bollinger can make it. That's why I just ran on board with him. He's not using the clutch. He's off the gas a lot, but not particularly saving too much fuel that I can see. Behind them also, Eric Thornton is not far behind. He's about to get his lap back the hard way. If a caution was to come out, which is not hard to believe after the day we've had today, then that would be an amazing situation for Eric Thornton if he can get that lap back before that happens.
Well, all the guys that pitted back on 77 that were on the lead lap and now came in.
Oh, boy.
Medina's the last one.
There's
Now,
11 to go.
Applegate last pitted on 71.
Okay.
And he's still running. Those guys that pitted on 88, they got 17 more laps. Add 17 to 125, they could make it.
I think there's a chance that they can make it. Yeah. Wow. That's incredible.
So if you're Michael Mata, you got to drive it off the rails now.
Now is the time. Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Eric Thornton, you got to get past that 53 just in case. It's going to be only 10 to go this time for Bollinger, as we're going to find out if he has enough fuel to make it. I'm trying to see if I can find any data.
If Applegate is still going,
then he has to be able to, right?
71. Yeah, they have 17 more laps of fuel than Applegate, who's still running.
Granted, Applegate likely has better fuel conservation because that 17 or that 14, I'm sorry, is so injured that it probably isn't consuming as much fuel.
No, because he was fastest laps 10 times.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh my goodness. So I have no idea.
I think this thing could be a wrap. I think Colin might have the fuel.
It seems that way.
He has the lead. Got a 3-second gap over Michael Mata.
Nobody who pit on lap 8. The yellow's out. Oh no, Mean Gene.
It's all flipped upside down.
It's completely messed up. Vulpes brings out his 1,000th caution of the day. What happened this time to Joseph Vulpes? All by himself, going through 1 and 2. Maybe just another loose moment for that 11. Oh, through 3 and 4, I'm sorry. And yep, another victim of turn 4. Not a bad hit again, though, so Vulpes will be able to continue to reign terror.
So if you were wondering at home, I heard on the radio, yes, Colin did have the fuel to make it to the end.
He had the fuel to make it. Wow.
Let's get a reset. Question is now, do you come take tires? Top 8 drivers, all last pitted on 88. Top 3 only took gas.
Get this too, Brandon
Guerin is the only guy on the lead lap who took tires, and he did that back on 88.
This is crazy. And think about this. Eric Thornton's about to get his lap back. He's going to get the lucky dog right here. If Bollinger, anyone on the lead lap, anyone in that top 8 down to Dalton Geyer decides not to pit here, Tony Iverson is going to be trapped a lap down.
Wrapped.
So here we go. The pay window is open. Bollinger wants it. Mata wants it. It's going to be, I think, everybody on the lead lap that I can tell. Yes, it is. It's all 8 of them. So back on the lead lap will be Tony Iverson, but with a very bad situation when it comes to the tires, as I'm assuming right here, we're going to see Bollinger put on 4 freshies. We'll see.
Yeah, now Medina also pitted on lap 123. He's going to get a lap back. Kenneth Redinger pitted on 121. He's going to get his lap back. So those guys all on fresh tires. So Medina,
Bollinger takes
lap
2.
123. Well, why not? Get that position.
Yeah. I mean, those are ancient tires on that left side. Yeah. I mean, who knows when he actually changed them, too, because it wasn't lap 88. We know that.
No.
Who knows? Wow. So Thornton now, well, the bad part for Eric Thornton here and why this race may be, I think, a little bit at it, not possible anymore unless we get another caution, me and Gene, is while Eric Thornton gets that lucky dog, and if he has another set of tires, he can equalize himself here and go get 4 freshies if they're available to him. But no matter what, he's starting behind the lappers. He's starting behind everybody. He needs another caution to even have a chance at this thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, and he's not speeding like he's going to try to sneak it into the pit. He's just kind of leisurely.
And so those are going to be our wave around cars that you see in front of Bollinger right there, led by Tony Iverson. So Tony Iverson's going to get his lap back, but he won't even have 2 fresh tires like Bollinger will. It's going to be really hard for Tony Iverson to do what he needs to do. I'm sure Bollinger didn't want that caution, but it's not the worst thing ever. But I'll tell you who must be just rubbing their fingers together right now. It's got to be Michael Mata. First car on 4 fresh tires.
Yeah, right behind him. Colin did the 2 tires for the position, but Mata has made the outside lane work. How hard can he take it in there, and how much momentum coming out? Kevin Kyle is in 3rd, right behind them, looking for his first win of the year. 4 freshies just taken. Joe Vulpes on the outside of row 2, same situation. 4 fresh tires. And then here we go, Brandon Guerin. This is my dark horse, the 57, brand new tires. And outside of him, John Beverly. So roll 3. Row number 3. Let's do this.
This is a fun one, me and Gene. And it's going to be a 5-lap shootout, at least, I should say.
Yeah. Oh, it's lining up. And then Thornton
only
wants to get by, but he's back there with his, those tires are already 20 laps old.
Green.
Yeah, he pit
Green
early.
flag. Look at the start by the 53. He's already got a 1-car lead over Michael Mata. Mata on the outside. Kevin Kyle, Joe Vulpes, 2, 3, and 4. There's Mata now going to the apron, trying to match the speed of the 53. Kevin Kyle off pace, comes up in front of Vulpes, opens the door for Brandon Guerin, the 57, trying to get next to the 11 outside lane, rolling a little bit faster. Guerin down on the apron, trying to make it work. Vulpes still with a broken car, not as fast as he would like to be. Up front, though, it's a 2-car breakaway. Colin Bollinger pulling away from Michael Mata. This is it. This is what Mata's got to do. He's got to ride the rail and find that speed that Colin doesn't have.
Guerin's around into Beverly. No one's spinning yet. And there it is. Novella involved
Garen
in that as well.
Beverly Novella. Come on, boys.
I know some OGs over here in the MRL, and that's going to likely do it for Brandon Guerin. That 57 looks to be extremely hurt. Bollinger did what he had to do there, but Mata, he had something up his sleeve. I think he had something for Bollinger. You could tell from that restart. I mean, just about every restart, the leader has had such a giant advantage when we initially go green. That even though Michael Mata did not win that restart, that was the best we've seen from him all day. If he can do that again, with only it'll be 2 to go. We'll be in overtime, the first of 3 potential overtimes here in MRL. I definitely think we'll see a different Michael Mata than we just saw. Especially, I mean, let's be honest here, me and Gene. You know Colin Bollinger would do it.
Yeah, Colin wants this win. Mata needs this win. So the desperation level of both drivers is going to be high. Behind them, Kevin Kyle has now moved into third. Kyle, with the points, should get into the round of 8. But hey, hasn't gotten a win since IRP last year. Would love to score one here today in the round of 12 elimination race at Homestead Miami. Joe Volpus in fourth. Volpus's car would not turn on that restart. Kept plowing up the track into Kevin Kyle, slowing his progress. Now Kyle will have the advantage of being on the inside row. The other thing I'm wondering is Thornton, will he pit? No. Stays out on the older tires. But now Iverson and Thornton will be in the third row. Gonna have an opportunity to move up. Just need to watch out for Joe Volpus. Again, that 11 not turning the way that it looked like it should be able to. Then Dalton Geyer, Jose Medina. Geyer still making it work up into 7th. Medina in 8th. Redinger in 9th. And then 3 cars in the pits. Novella, Beverly, Guerin. 3 OGs took each other out. They're all in Discord together. I'd love to be in that channel.
That was probably fun. Oh, I love when that happens. But yeah, look at that. Dalton Geyer up to 7th place just by sticking out on the racetrack. That 36 is looking good. Watch him come on with the top 5 in this thing. And yeah, the guys to keep your eye on, whose names aren't Bollinger and Mata, have got to be Iverson and Thornton. They're going to be going ultra aggressive when we go green here.
Oh yeah, you gotta just wonder what's happening right now in there. Because not what they wanted to happen.
No, and it was so close. This has been such a long race for these guys. I mean, between this doubleheader, man, what we
and I was wondering. I knew Guerin still had a clean car. I knew Beverly and Novella were a little bit damaged, so hated seeing the 57 get caught up in that. We'll just have to see of the 3 of them. Oh,
and they all stay in the lead lap, so it's all possible. But they're not healthy race cars by any means. John Beverly's been through it all today. He's been a magnet for other race cars. And then Guerin actually looks better than he did when he exited the pits or entered.
Hey, and you want another race? Grant Applegate and Hunter Hall are on the same lap.
Oh, that's hilarious.
17 laps
17 down. So
they're 17 down. It's for the money.
It is. It is. These are big positions.
These are big positions just for it. Hunter Hall actually called out Applegate on the radio. That's the only reason I knew that.
Oh, that's hilarious. It's on.
Hey, I got something for you.
Love that.
All right. So speaking of who's got something for who, up front, Bollinger and Mata, Kevin Kyle. This is the first time we've really talked about Kyle up in this lead group. Gonna see what kind of start he could get. Joe Volpus on the outside. I think that's the best place he could have that number 11 with the extra real estate for him to drive.
I agree,
and then third row, Iverson and Thornton, high side hustlers.
And we're getting organized just as we're about to go green.
Yep, pace car out of the way, green flag, away we go. Inside lane gets a little bit backed up, but Bollinger off, Kevin Kyle behind him, Kyle Mata side by side. Joe Volpus fading the wrong way, 3 wide with the high side hustlers. Jose Medina, 4th car in the inside row, battling. Volpus off the pace, Thornton is going to get around him, but look at Kyle and Mata side drafting with each other, and then Thornton and Iverson side drafting behind them. Trying to make that top work. Lap 136, we're looking for a white flag here to make this thing an official race. Here comes the 53. This is for real.
This has been a perfect start from Colin Bollinger. He's done everything he has to do, and it's only a 2-lap overtime, so just 2 more sets of corners, and he can call himself a Miami winner, punch his ticket to the round of 8. Michael Mata, he needs to win this race. I'm sure he's going to have something to say about this.
Michael Mata coming into 3, wide open up against the rail, not gonna let off. He's got signs of a Hail Melon in him, but not gonna work. The 53 takes it down low, brings it back up high. Dirty air for Mata. Nothing but wins for the 53. Colin Bollinger wins last year at Homestead, wins again here tonight.
What a win by Bollinger, and man, I called it with about 20 to go. Whenever that guy is sneaky is when he's most dangerous, and that was today. Bollinger coming out of nowhere and getting the win, and he's going to be going to the round of 8, unsurprisingly, to defend that championship.
The number 53 regular season champion, and now here today qualifies with the win. Was good on points, but it always feels nice to get another ring, another trophy on the mantle. The 53 lost his teammates. Sean Walton 6-7'd himself out of contention. No Andrew Bolander today. No Daniel Plant Smith. All by myself. There it is, the 53. What a win by the Dr. Pepper Toyota. Here comes Tony Iverson to park it next to him.
This time, lap too late.
Yeah, Tony got 5th, so you got to go there as well.
Yeah, you do. It's an obligation you got to do. It's to see Applegate driving backwards. All kinds of things going on right now. But Bollinger keeping things normal as far as things on MRL monies are concerned. Getting another trophy here at Homestead Miami. Great win there from Colin Bollinger. And I can tell you who my bonus interview will be, me and Gene.
Who that?
I owe Eric Thornton an interview, so if he's still around, let's see if we can get him in here.
Oh, we better do it quick because that guy
boy
dips.
has to go to bed.
All right, pull up the final results.
Yeah, you got it. You got it, my friend.
All right, so there it is. Colin Bollinger going to take the win. Michael Mata going to finish 2nd. Kevin Kyle joining them on the podium, 3rd place. Eric Thornton going to be 4th. Tony Iverson 5th. Joe Volpis 6th. Jose Medina 7th place. Not going to be good enough to catch Dalton Geyer, who brings it home in 8th. All top 8 drivers, playoff drivers. Kenneth Redinger going to bring it home in 9th. Matt Novella wins the battle of the OGs. Novella 10, Brandon Guerin 11, John Beverly 12th. Parham 13th. Looks like Applegate did beat Hunter Hall in the battle of 17 laps down. Jordan Fisher, and then here's the fellas that were taken out: Fisher, Gambrell, Lewis, Sean Walton, and Alex Hillman. So let's quickly try to find Eric Thornton, because I know he goes bye-bye.
He does.
I see him. All right.
Let's do it.
Oh, no, he DQ'd just as I said that. No, I see him. He's down there. Here, I'm bringing him in. You ready?
Get him.
Got him.
Eric Thornton, I got you, my man.
Hey, what's up?
I owe you an interview. I apologize for last week. But, man, what a show you put on today. I think just caught the caution at the wrong time. Pit earlier. What was going through your head in the later end of that race? Did you know that Bollinger had enough to make it to the end?
I don't believe that he had enough to make it to the end, but if he did, good for him. I was not under the assumption that he was going to be anywhere close, but I guess he could have. He was running awfully good lap times to save like 8 laps that he needed to save.
Yeah, I was feeling the same way. We ran on board with him. There was no type of fuel saving going on, so I was shocked by that as well. So that was confusing. But another great run from you today. Got to lead some laps. You're going to obviously go on to the round of 8. It's been such a good season from you. So what is the agenda now that we're in the round of 8? And I guess, I only ask you this because I've been in the same situation as you a million times, where you just seem to be in 2nd and 3rd place all the time, which is telling you obviously have the speed to win these races. It just hasn't come together yet. Are you looking for are you looking to visit victory lane in the round of 8, or just continue to point your way and give yourself a chance at that championship?
I would definitely take point in my way, but if I said that not winning was bothering me, I'd be lying.
Yeah, I feel you, my friend.
So, either way it goes, I'm going to try to win every race, but, I'm happy with pointing my way through, for sure.
Nice. It's been so much fun to watch and just taking that next step this season. So congratulations on another great finish, bringing him 4th. It's fun to watch you just drive the wheels off of that thing on that last restart. So great job, man. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Just to my girlfriend. I know she's watching. So, and you guys, man, you always do such a great job, man. You guys are awesome.
Appreciate that so much, man. Go enjoy the girlfriend, and congrats on another great finish.
Thanks, man.
Good job, buddy. Well, he was knocking on that door there at the end, man.
Always,
he was
every
definitely
weekend.
one of the guys. But you know, when you're on lap 110 tires versus those other guys, he has to be thrilled. Finished fourth. I think he's got to be thrilled with the way that ended up. Could have been worse, but like he said, pointing your way in, solid. Speaking of pointing your way in, let's get a man up on the podium. And it's going to be our own Kevin Kyle. Kevin Kyle, got your ears on, brother.
Yeah, man. What's good evening?
Yeah,
good evening.
Baby. Got on that podium. How's it feel up there?
Just like 27 dresses, man. Another bridesmaid's dress to the wedding. So, but no, I'm glad to be up here. It was, exciting. I mean, I made sure I got myself into the next round, I think, and then, like I said, just trying to get up here and learn each week, see what it feels like to be up front and try to catch these guys. But I saw Colin take 2 tires and thought maybe we had a chance, and then that last restart, I really got a good jump behind him, and Colin did a great job off the restart, and so did Mata. So just glad to get away with a P3 after being involved in a lot of stuff this race.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. It didn't even seem like malicious or dangerous driving. It just seemed like the car would get loose on people, especially out of 3 and 4, and they would just come around and seem to collect people. I saw the high line, very attractive. Normally we see that later in a run. People were doing it at the beginning. Do you think that was causing them to get loose later in the run, or what was the evolution here?
You know, I was just I only used it sparingly because, like, I was watching guys like Grant and like Mata. They could really use the high line quite well. A lot of other guys too, but just I know in practice I was watching Grant, and like they could really stick it up on the high side and run it. I like the high side a lot. A lot of tracks it doesn't work. Here it works, but I just wasn't confident in it tonight. But no, the spinning out of 3, out of 4 and 2, it'd be more of just getting that right rear hot out of exit, and then eventually it catches up to you. You think you have grip back there, and you go to hit the throttle, and it's not there. So no, I think just getting the tires too hot was causing a lot of that, and just getting on the accelerator too soon was causing a lot of that issue out of the exits.
Now, I got to ask you about this. You were the originator of one of these races one time. How'd you feel about seeing that fog in practice?
It was good. It was I don't mind it. The sessions are what they are. It's Miami. It's it's humid. It makes sense. The fog for my settings on my monitors, it really didn't bother me too much. It just was foggy. Like they looked like clouds were just surrounding the track, but literally on the track, I really couldn't tell. So like maybe my settings were right, or my graphics weren't. I didn't have every ultra shader on where maybe it affected other guys, but for me it wasn't too bad.
Looked amazing on the broadcast, KK.
Yeah, it looked great. It cleared up as we went. It looked good.
Yeah, that's the only problem. Like the farmer's only blimp does need some work with their camera work to get through the fog, the anti-fog. So you're right, though. It does hurt the broadcast.
Nice. Well, great run here today, Kevin. I was a little worried about you. Before the last caution, it looked like the 11 was plowing up the track a little bit, and you were stuck between the wall and him. Couldn't really get clear. Was glad to see you get that inside lane on that restart. But as you said, just great jump there by Bollinger and Michael Mata. Made it about impossible to catch those two fellas. Anybody you want to give a big shout out to here today?
I just want to give a shout out to God. Thank you for getting me here today to race with all you guys. I want to thank my wife, just for like everyone, like anyone that has a wife or girlfriend, they don't mind letting us play with race these games and stuff. And then just thank you guys for putting the broadcast on. You're a big part of the league. This is why leagues are healthy, is because of the broadcasting partners they have. So shout out to that. And then Drive for 500. Make sure you guys check that out. Scan the QR code. February 14th next year on Valentine's Day, big Daytona race. We have a big trophy and prizes to give out. And then, yeah, that's it, man. Just appreciate appreciate the love. Glad to be up here on the podium, and yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you.
Great run,
I don't want to call out any prize more than any other prize, but is there a driving lesson in that package?
Yeah, there's Team Conte Sim Performance donated a gift certificate for $50 good towards a coaching session. So that's also a prize. We have some hats from Animal House Customs going to be given out. We have a merch pack from Daily Drivers Inc. We have a paint job from our own Daniel Plant Smith. He's donating a paint job worth $30. And I don't know if there's anyone else I forgot. And then KK Woodscapes, we're doing the main trophy. And also we're going to be giving away the stage prizes from KK Woodscapes also. And then, yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I'll
we
tell
have a
you
lot of
what,
exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Well, Kevin, great run here today, bud. Good talking to you. And go have yourself a nice cold beverage. You earned it, my friend.
I will. I'm going to have
run,
one
man.
while I watch you guys. Thank you guys. Take care.
There you go.
Oh
Yeah, good run by Kevin. I was hoping he'd get a good sprint there at the end. It'd have been kind of awesome to see one of our own jump up there at the end when you really weren't thinking of him during that race. But as he said, those two boys at the end just fast, lights out.
Right. And yeah, it's just really one of those races where a lot of guys that just ran quiet races, and that's what it took to have that opportunity today. Kevin Kyle, one of those guys that has the speed to stay up there once he is, so ends up with a good finish, and that's what was important today as we were cutting it off to get that round of 8.
All right, so this guy's not going to be happy. I mean, second's great, but needed a win. I'm going to go ahead and have you interview him. Let's pull him on down. Hey, I got your back. Here he is.
Michael Mata, we got you, my friend. Oh, me and Gene called it. Yeah, I mean, what a show you put on today. So close. What extra did you need to get past Bollinger on that restart?
Just clean air. I mean, it was so big here. I don't know. I'm just not good here. That's kind of the thing. I just didn't have the speed that like those fast guys had. That's about it.
It seemed like you did, but maybe not as much on the long run. Definitely one of the guys who is more geared towards using that outside lane, where the speed seemed to be, especially on the shorter runs. Was that top lane coming back to bite you towards the end of those longer runs, or was it just a matter of the guys who had this place a little bit more figured out?
Well, the thing is, I felt better on the long run. Like that first long run we had, I was actually starting to catch the leaders. There was like 10 laps left on the fuel run, and I was like, all right, I'm doing all right. Tires didn't look bad. I was running the bottom the whole time. But then it's like you can't run the bottom that good if the other person's running it good in front of you.
Right.
So it kind of forced me to the top. And it didn't hurt that much. It's just, I don't know, it's so hard to pass here. I felt good in second place is where I felt the best. I could just never get there. I had like awful restarts. I couldn't figure out the restarts either.
Yeah, that was one thing that we noticed as well.
Just a sloppy night.
I mean, from the whole field, to be fair, Michael, I mean, 12, 13 cautions, I think. Just an insane race when it comes to attrition. And yeah, we are used to you being the best in the league at restarts, but it wasn't just you. It was everyone in that outside lane on the restarts just could not do anything about what the leader was. Just a brutal track today, it seemed like. But hey, a really good run from you. I think it was just a matter of not being able to attend a couple races in this round, or else you would have been easily, I think, moving on to the round of 8. But what can we expect from you for the rest of this season? Do we still get to see you, whether or not you're racing for a championship, just collecting more trophies? And what's the outlook for next season?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm going to keep racing, trying to win some trophies. It kind of just what this last 3 seasons have been. Something has taken me out of the championship, whether I'm going to the Coke 600 during the championship race last time, pull myself out of it. This time I have computer problems. The first season, I don't think I had enough starts. So hopefully, everything going well, I can maybe win a championship next year or next season. That's kind of the goal. I mean, I got the speed for it, but I don't know.
I mean, you took the words out of my mouth right there. Oh, go ahead.
I was only 65 points out, missing 2 races.
I know, that's like honestly not bad at all. You pretty much just start the other 2 and you're there. But You took the words out of my mouth right there. You have the speed to do it. You absolutely have the speed to do it. We've been watching it for 3 seasons now. So great job today. A very caution-filled day for you today. Doing a great job in the DDIRL booth for this doubleheader. Thank you so much for that. And then got to go experience your own set of cautions here at Miami. So I hope you have fun today. You put on an awesome show. It's always great seeing you out here and just watching you do your thing. Amazing job, man. Any shout-outs you want to give before we let you out of here?
I got to shout out Fisher. I mean, he was definitely the fastest guy out here tonight. I talked to him. He came into my chat. We talked. It was just kind of going for the same room on track. I didn't want that dirty air. I came up a little bit into him. He was going for that line. But I want to apologize. I know he kind of wanted to win this one. He was definitely the quickest. But shout out to him. Shout out to Bollinger. I mean, he was just straight out better than me. That's it. And he was better. He even took 2 tires and I took 4, and I still couldn't beat him. But yeah, shout out to Russell Black. I don't know if you guys know him, but made the paint scheme tonight, a new paint scheme.
Oh, gorgeous paint scheme.
Cisco Moon, as always. Check out his music, and shout out to you guys for the broadcast. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy going back and watching it.
Well, shout out to you, Michael.
And all the
go ahead.
DDI guys. Yeah, all the DDI guys. I mean,
they had a day, so they need the shout out. So I'm sure they're gonna appreciate that a lot. But yeah, I mean, shout out to you, Michael. Amazing job on the broadcast before this, and even better job on the track here today. Awesome finish, man, and we will see you next week.
Hopefully next time with a more happy outcome. Last time it was Daytona. I'm like about to explode and cry because I. But I don't know. Hopefully it's on. I'll be happy next time I'm in a interview.
I think you will. Congrats, my man.
Thanks.
See you, bud. Yep, so close. I mean, he was right there on the edge. But like he said, that dirty air. And, man, must be nice to be able to say, I don't like this track and finish second.
Finish the second place after an amazing performance. Yeah, it must be nice. Well, only one guy left to talk to there, Mean Gene.
I'd rather be on another track.
Yeah, I'd rather be on another track.
Yep, let's pull up this man right here. Colin Bollinger, you got Mean Gene, Zach Panzarella in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on, guys?
Boom, you are what's going on, my friend. Congratulations. Back-to-back wins. You won at Homestead last year, win again this year. How are you feeling?
I mean, hey, we won. Yeah, I'm feeling good, but I'm ready to go to bed. I'm tired.
Well, definitely a lot of work going out there. A lot of people just getting loose. Let me ask you, with the high line so attractive to so many drivers earlier in the run, do you think that was causing folks to wear tires, get loose earlier, or is that just indicative of Homestead Miami to see those spins coming out of 2 and 4?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see those spins a lot, and funny enough, I think it's more of the bottom. I feel like the bottom and kind of middle of the track tonight for me was where there was less grip. The top, honestly, I feel like I could stick it up there pretty good when I did go up, and I was trying to make the middle work sometimes, but the car would just literally shoot around on me, no problem. I think there was a pass, maybe with 40 to go. I tried to pass Mata and slide up through the middle to the top, and I just lost 2 or 3 spots. I think it was right before stage, and so I don't know. I ran the top a little bit. I honestly felt the best, but it's probably not the best for the tires. So I tried to stay on the bottom as much as I could, but it didn't feel good there either. Bottom and middle were horrible.
Yeah, it looked brutal. We even saw driver Joe Volpus just having a really tough one down there on that bottom. When you see the 11 spinning, you know it's a difficult ride for anybody. Now, take me through that last restart, that green-white checker. Michael Mott had been having rough restarts all day long. He stuck with you at the beginning of that one, though.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to, like we talked about it how many times already, me and Zach, gotta change it up. And I think I went late on the first restart, and I got a huge jump, and I'm like, all right, we might be able to bring it home. And then, of course, they wreck. It's overtime racing. We're going to wreck, whatever. And then, like you said, I went early in the box that time, and he kind of managed with it, and I was just lucky to be on the bottom and get the good entry into 1. But, no, he had a great restart, and it was just – I was lucky I was just honestly able to control the restart to just get that little bit of time I needed. But if it was the other way around, he probably would have had me into 1 like I had him.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of help from that second row for him. He tried to go up high, gave up on it, and that enabled you to power through there. But you really had a great car. about all day long. You didn't have trouble making your way through the field. Did you have any brown pant moment out there on your way to victory lane?
My God, yeah, like I think it might have been lap one. I think the 39 went in one there and really lost it. And I think he was sliding that track as I drove by, and then I think he did it again. I think he slid through 3 and 4 because I think the 16 hit him, and we were about an inch away from hitting that. So yeah, those 2 moments. But I don't know. It was a weird race tonight. I mean, there was a lot of cautions. I wasn't really expecting that many, but Homestead is one of those tougher tracks to kind of get around and actually race side by side with people. So I mean, it was just all part for the course, But I'm happy with the result, and we just got to keep it on to next week.
Absolutely, you do pile your way into the round of 8, and next week will be a much calmer, kinder, gentler track. Where temperatures, emotions will stay low as you will find yourself at Talladega. You love that one, don't you?
No, you guys already know. I'd rather fill them up with water. That's all I gotta say.
Now you're gonna have to keep an eye on the 11. Joe has fired off like 4 or 5 super speedway wins in a row, counting Bonfire and Moonlight Racing League. So you gonna have a little something for that 11 next week?
Honestly, the way my track record goes, probably not. Super speedways are not. I don't know what it is. They're not the easiest to race, but technical wise, they're the easiest. I can't do it. It's not my thing, and never will be. I don't know. I don't know if I wait too long or I don't wait long enough. I'll never understand it. I like those other tracks, where they need the brake pedal a little bit. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, them intermediates definitely change what it takes to find yourself in the front row at the end of a restart compared to the super speedway. But hey, you know what? Next week, I'd call a couple of friends. Get Andrew, get Daniel. Sean's been running some races, so I think Team Delusion will be ready to do battle for the 53 next week. Round of 12 has ended, and into the round of 8. Colin Bollinger and the big win today. Congratulations. Anybody want to give a shout out to tonight?
Just like I said, just Team Delusional, all those guys that I raced with them. Obviously, none of them showed up tonight. They're all busy or too cool, whatever. Big deal.
6'7", bud. 6'7"
yeah,
was here.
He was here, and then he wasn't. He packed it in the fence real quick.
Yep.
He's good for one of those. No, but yeah, he was here. But just those guys, and then honestly, just you 2 guys for every week we're putting on a good show, and I came to watch it back and see what you guys had to say, and that's it.
Appreciate that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Bollinger, he is your winner here today. On to the round of 8 next week, live from Talladega Super Speedway. Colin, go have yourself a cold beverage, my friend. You have earned it.
Congrats, my man.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, big win here today. Won last year here, so no surprise to see him back up there. You could hear the disappointment in his voice, though, with Jordan, the 39, going out. As a fierce competitor, that dude wants to basically have a drag race with him, Iverson, the 39, Thornton. He's the kind of guy that just wants to have all of the big guns next to him going into that last turn 5 wide.
Yeah, I completely agree, me and Gene. That's also just the best competitors, the ones who don't shy away from stuff like that and want that smoke. And it was disappointing you didn't get today, but Jordan Fisher, that's 2 races in a row where we've gotten hint to see him, so hopefully we can see more of him. But me and Gene, we've given away the obvious ones, so now let's officially unveil it. Who is going to the round of 8?
Boom!
There it is.
There it is. Look at that. Colin Bollinger going to pump his way into there. Joe Vulpes, also with that win at Texas, also ended up second in points in this round, so good for Joe. Tony Iverson going to be 3rd. Highside Hustler teammate Eric Thornton 4. Matt Novella 5. Kevin Kyle 3rd place tonight. 6th place in the round of 12. Grant Applegate scoots up into 7th, and Dalton Geyer, he lives.
Never give up, me and Gene. Never give up.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Dalton Geyer survives and advances.
He does. He ends up beating Jose Medina by 6. Medina really needed those stage points, and what Jose really needed was just more people to race.
Yeah, more points available.
And survive. That way, with a bad finish, would have pushed back Dalton. But again, Dalton, though, had a great run. Dalton ended up finishing in 8th place, so it's not like Dalton stumbled.
Exactly.
Dalton did what he needed to do and fought hard. Grit to get through. 9 pit stops of a minute each. Wow.
Yeah, insane. That could not have been a short day for Dalton Geyer by any means. And you look at those stats on screen right now, and you go to the top 10 column, and that was his 8th top 10 this season. And that does put him up with a lot of the guys who we consider championship contenders. So Dalton Geyer, just a staple of consistency, and he's been to a lot of Final Four races, and he knows how to get it done. So he's going to be a fun one to follow in the round of 8.
Yeah, well, now, that top 10 is a great stat, but to get through to the next, it's going to be that little stat to the left.
Yeah, you're right. Completely agree.
Or even more, 2 stats to the left.
That's going to be an important one. Yep.
Dubs. Yeah, you're going to need those dubs. Because if you look at the points, I'm going to scoot it right over, to chase standings. Top 4 guys, Bollinger, of course, with the lead. 11 behind him is Iverson. Matt Novella, 3rd, is 15 points behind Colin. And then Kevin Kyle currently in 4th, 23 points back of Colin. So those are your top 4 going into this chase, the round of 8. Colin, Tony, Matt, Kevin. And then here it is. Joe Volpus is 1 point out going into Talladega. Eric Thornton, 2 points out going into Talladega. Grant Applegate is 7 points out going in to Talladega, and then Dalton Geyer 8.
So it's all to play for.
It's very close. If I tell you, hey, you're only 8 points out of making it into the round of 8, that sounds great. Until I tell you, oh, by the way, you need to beat Colin, Joe, Eric, Matt Novella. Good luck. Have a good day.
The parity in this league this season is definitely the greatest we've ever seen. It's just insane how much talent has made it to this round of 8. And not to mention guys like Bolander not showing up, our defending champion at Jack Sanders, Michael Mata, someone that's won several races in this league. Just unbelievable. Who isn't making it? But then again, who is making it? It is really just the best of the best over here on Monday nights.
And then next week will be extra fun at Talladega because somebody would think, okay, I have to win, like Dalton or Grant thinking, okay, I have to win. And then, a Jonathan Casabir might show up and just take a trophy home.
That's so true. And he tends to do that, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Robert Babcock.
Mm-hmm.
These guys show up on the Super Jay Stinson. These are fellas that just show up and win on the super speedways, and there's nothing you can do about it. How about this name? Kenneth Redinger. This guy was a championship contender 2 years ago. He was neck and neck with that battle with Cook.
Yeah, Cook, Iverson, all of them.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of names that could show up. So points going to be super important. Hopefully we'll see the attendance at Talladega. Those super speedways, they just pull everybody in. So hopefully we'll get a nice run. And of course, next 3 races going to be Talladega, Iowa, Michigan, and it all settles up at the championship race, which will be held at Kentucky on December 22nd. So lots of racing still here to go. Lots of big names still involved. Cannot wait to see how it goes. And by the way, that rookie Eric Gambrell, he'll be back too. He'll have a new car. He'll be ready to make new friends.
Yeah, just yet another new car for Eric Gambrell, but that's what happens when you have fast rookies. It's not cheap.
No, I'm glad I ain't paying for that one. At least not on some Monday. I pay for it on the Sunday. Well, that is going to wrap us up. Great action here tonight. Now, Vortex Racing Network, we are off for the rest of the week because of off seasons and, of course, the holidays. Happy early Thanksgiving to all of you and yours out there. But as you can see, Tuesday we are on a break. Thursday we're on a break. Friday, Saturday we're going to be on a break. Sunday we're going to be on a break. So all these people are going to enjoy their holidays, and then we'll bring it right back. Monday, of course, you'll get your live double header. That will be the Hillside Bullet and Hilltop Bullet.
Hilltop. I say Hillside every time too. I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah, Hilltop Bullet and Michael Mata will be in the booth for the DDI race. Great racing there tonight from Bristol. Everybody loves that little short track.
That was fun.
Yeah, until Dalton, or not Dalton,
No, Dylan, yeah.
Schultz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Schultz puts the entire field 2 laps down. You're like, what are we doing?
I know.
But that brilliant strategy, man. That's what you do.
Worked out for him. I felt like, what was it? I felt like Applegate today, trying to get back from 17 laps down.
Yeah. It is what it is. But good racing. So, next Monday we'll do the doubleheader again. But until then, everybody enjoy your off week. We do have, of course, the Drive for 500, the Valentine's Day race that will be here on the Vortex Racing Network, sponsored by KK Woodscapes with great sponsorship partnerships. Conti Racing is one of the big ones, Animal House Customs. So lots of opportunities. How do you find out more? You know what you need to do. That's right. You need to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already to the Vortex Racing Network, go ahead. Take this opportunity to do that. You can like this video, move it up the algorithm, and check it in on the social media as well. We do YouTube Shorts. I believe, there's other social media opportunities. Keep track of what's going on here on the Vortex Racing Network. Any final thoughts, Zach?
Nothing from me, Mean Gene. Glad you're feeling better. Missed you last week. Excited for this insane round of 8. We got 3 insane tracks, if I'm being honest, that we're going to. Next week is going to be pure insanity, but I hope everyone enjoys their Thanksgiving and their time with their family. We will take some much needed time off, and I'm excited to be back refreshed on and off the track, because I'm also a Thursday night racer. So honestly, sometimes it's nice to be able to step away from the rig for a bit and come back refreshed. So I'm excited about that. I'll be counting down the days until next Monday till we can do this doubleheader again, having the best time.
I tell you what, man, it is a blast, and I am certainly blessed and excited to be a part of it. So I'm going to piggyback. Absolutely. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy your week. We'll see you next time. Big shout out to our sponsors, of course, Chantilly Lace Photography, sponsoring Monday Night Mayhem all year long. Big thank you to Brandon and Krista Guerin, as they have made these replays, these camera angles, all of our SDK OBS made possible by them. So reach out, give these guys your love and support. 3 locations there on the East Coast: Charleston, South Carolina; Myrtle Beach, South Carolina; Savannah, Georgia. And again, it's not just weddings, it is entire family experiences. You want to do a quinceañera, you want to do a bar mitzvah, you want to do an engagement, any of these things, they can help set up not just the photographs, but they can help the set pieces, do the set design for you, design your album. They can do still and video photography. Chantilly Lace, reach out, make use of this sponsor, and you will definitely be pleased with the results. Also, big shout out to KK Woodscapes. Kevin, responsible for trophies across multiple leagues. KK Woodscapes, you want to see a fine piece of wood, look at that right there, painted, stained. He does burns as well. All of these could be given to your race or league winners. KK Woodscapes, always ready to reach out and help make your experience all that much better. Thank you to our league admins as well for the Moonlight Racing League. Steve Fugit, John Beverly, Joe Vulpes, David Owens, Zach Panzarella, Rich Swingle. I'm forgetting somebody, and I do apologize, but plenty of people make this thing happen behind the scenes. Been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful evening, and as always, bottoms up and hammer down.